Michael on the Carton Show. Afternoons from 2 to 7 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Or am I?
Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 1019 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
I am very excited for today's show. I'm excited for every show, but I'm especially excited for today's show because coming up in an hour and a half, the return of the very popular Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash game show. New team who dis when it comes to the NFL. We'll get to that a little bit later on. I was wrong. Mason Miller truly is available. We'll dive into that. But as I was watching a crap ton of baseball yesterday, I had an epiphany, and it was during the brilliant job that Yes did in game one of the doubleheader when Jose Caballero was called for a pitch clock violation, and we heard the entire discussion between umpire and Boone and Caballero says, you're picking on me because MLB sent a memo down to basically change the rules mid-season. But as I'm listening to it, and I think we were all enamored by it, it's really cool sometimes when you hear the conversations on the field. As it was going on, I had an epiphany. I'm done with this game that Jose Caballero is playing. I'm done with it. It's stupid. I know we look for edges in sports.
Yes.
It ain't worth it. And the epiphany I had, especially when I went to minorleaguebaseball.com, is it is time. And so I want to use at least my portion of the show as a bully pulpit to tell Brian Cashman that Jose Caballero is a nice bench piece. Anthony Volpe is a bench piece. It is time on July 23rd, 2026 to call up George Lombard Jr. and let's see what we got. Because here's what I know. Caballero's fine. Volpe's fine. They are not the everyday shortstop for the New York Yankees. Either that guy isn't on the team or that guy is Lombard. And since he's been activated 5 games ago, the dude is tearing it up. Enough is enough. So bully pulpit time. Call up Lombard.
Because Jose Caballero is a pain in the ass and he's breaking a rule that's been on the books since 2023? That's why?
It's more, it ain't worth it. Like, I get what he's doing, and I've defended it at times, but yesterday was the moment where I said, all right, this is just stupid now. Who cares if you're getting under the skin of pitchers? And it, like, blocks our memories that Jose Caballero is an average player. Like, we've put him on a pedestal because he's better than Volpe, and he is. But how about someone better than both of them?
Right.
And Lombard Jr. has that potential. And so I think this is the moment. This is my moment, at least. We all come to these conclusions at different times. Some of you guys out there, Yankee fans, may have come to this conclusion, while Lombard was on the IL 2 weeks ago. I'm here on July 23rd. Now is the time to make the call, because I can cite you many examples of teams having the guts to call up a young player, a young prospect, and that guy really impacting a team that goes on a deep run or wins a championship. Now is the time.
Well, we saw him in spring training, George Lombard. He looked fantastic with his glove in the field, whether he's playing shortstop or third base. And so that side of it you're not worried about. The thing you worry about is that he comes up, he struggles with major league pitching, and he's just an added empty spot, kind of like a lot of these spots are empty in a lot of these games for the Yankees lineup, and it doesn't really help you. Now, it gives him experience, but is that most important to you? Getting him up to speed, or is getting yourself better and ready, prepared for the not upcoming, but coming postseason, that you need guys who are consistently putting bat on ball? That's the challenge, is that, yes, he upgrades you defensively, but is he actually giving you a bat?
Yes. I think he can be.
But you don't know that. But you don't know that.
But I know Caballero and I know Volpe. Like, my point is, those guys have already shown me what they are.
Yeah.
They're below average offensive players, and George Lombard Jr. is a prospect. We do not know how he's going to fare. Like, that's the question of calling up a young player. But I'd rather make that gamble on July 23rd. You want to make that gamble on September 10th?
No,
is that what you want to do?
not.
So then why not now? Now is the perfect time. In fact, you could argue, unfortunately, he was hurt, which I think derailed this.
That's exactly what derailed it, because he would have been up, I think.
But if it happened sooner, you could have evaluated and then kind of known more about what you need to do before the trade deadline. You're not going to get enough data in the next 10 days because that's when the deadline hits. But nevertheless, I want to see what this guy's got. He's played a bunch of games at AAA. Since his return from the IL, he's 9 for 17 with a home run.
Okay.
And we know his defense is ready. And here's the most important thing, and that's why the epiphany hit me yesterday, even though for many Yankee fans it was earlier. When you watch Caballero, he's a fine player. I'm not trying to crap on him. When you watch Volpe, I'm not going to say anything. We already know what both of those guys are. Like, it's over. We know what they are. Caballero's a nice pain in the ass super utility player.
Mm-hmm.
He's the starting shortstop only because he's better than the other option. It's not like he's the starting shortstop because he's Barry Larkin. Right. He's the starting shortstop because he's better than the other option.
Yeah.
Why not get a third option?
Well, because now you have 3 shortstops.
Well, you don't, because Caballero will go back to being his super utility player. And you want to hear the honest truth? And Sean will love this. When you call Lombard Jr. up, the guy who goes down is Anthony Volpe.
Yeah.
And you want to know why he goes down? So he can learn all the different positions that he needs to learn to become that super utility player.
Yeah, Evan, it sounds like, first of all, I agree with you. We're taking different routes to get there. We'll argue about the Caballero stuff later. I think you're kind of picking on Caballero when the answer is it's McMahon and it's Volpe. Caballero is still going to be the starter, probably even at shortstop and Lombard at third. If we're being completely honest, that's probably what ends up happening with the Yankees.
You get your better bats.
But the real issue here is
lineup, right.
You watch the Yankees yesterday, and they come back on the Ben Rice home run in the first game. They, again, just can't get that extra run home. Their bullpen gives up. And then at night, you're begging and praying. Volpe, ironically, gets the hit. They get 2 runs. They have to scratch and claw for every run. And at the very least, George Lombard Jr., at a bare minimum, we know, can't be worse than what they've gotten out of, let's group in all 3, McMahon, Caballero, and and Volpe. Just get him up here. Stop dilly-dallying. Stop waiting. What more do you need to see from him at AAA that's not worth what you're seeing up here at the major league level, which is risking losing games because the offense out of the left side of the infield is so freaking putrid?
I think the challenge is that if he comes up and he's marginally better, then you have a rookie, a young player who doesn't know the stakes in moments. You just don't know it.
But that might be better for them.
It might be, but you also can't discount Ryan McMahon at third base, playing defensively at third base. He made a couple of great plays. We saw him I think it was the second game. I can't remember. They're mixed together in my head. But Ryan McMahon was fantastic at third base. Is George Lombard going to do that all the time? Is he going to be a liability because he's getting used to playing in the major leagues? The ball comes off the bat faster, the exit velo, all that other good stuff that we gloss over because we saw him look good in spring training doesn't mean it's going to translate to the regular season when the games are a lot more intense and the stakes are a lot higher.
Dude, I agree with you, but here's the thing. The sooner we find that out, the better, isn't it?
Yes. That's the real answer. Like, you're bringing up all the concerns of what could happen, and of course it could. He's a prospect. None of us know.
Yes.
But we need to find out, and I think he's earned the opportunity for us to find out in terms of...
Okay, let me ask you, though,
yes.
Because the only reason you would do this is if Jose Caballero, Volpe, and let's throw in Ryan McMahon are so bad that they're unplayable. They're not Austin Wells level. Right?
Volpe is.
I mean,
Volpe's hit a little bit. The problem is you don't trust him defensively to make a routine play at shortstop.
That was horrible last night.
No, but that's the truth about Volpe.
Right.
Like, I need to be honest. He did get a big hit last night. He hasn't had many of them, but he got a big hit last night. His offensive numbers have not been unplayable, to Tiki's point. But I think the answer with Lombard Jr. is that maybe, and I know this is a big one, he could also be a star. He could also come up here and be what Miguel Cabrera was for the Marlins in 2003.
Right.
I know that's an extreme example, but that happens sometimes. Or when the Braves called up Michael Harris years ago and he jumped from Double-A. Like, sometimes young players come up and they make a huge difference.
Right.
And that's what I want to find out, because the truth about McMahon, Volpe, and Caballero is no, Tiki. They're not unplayable. They're not cuttable. But right now, I need better. This is a Yankee offense that's struggling, and they're not near struggling simply because of those guys.
Right.
Cody Bellinger needs to be better, and we're seeing signs of that. Your better players need to contribute more, no doubt about it. But if you could possibly add someone who you never know could make a big impact and be far greater than you expect, why not try to find out now? And in terms of your point, Sean, about, well, I'd actually play him at third base. You know what's going to decide that? Who performs?
Oh, I agree with
that.
that.
Get him up here, get him in the lineup, and performance will dictate if it's more Lombard at third, Caballero at shortstop, McMahon at third, Lombard, whatever. Get him up here, and performance will dictate how everything settles. All I know is it's July 23rd. The guy's 9 for 17 since he's been recalled. And you know what the Yankee offense needs, ladies and gentlemen? They need an injection. And I'm not talking about the Barry Bonds injection. I'm talking about something. And while they may make a trade in the next 10 days, and I expect that Brian Cashman will, you have the ability to inject something right now from your farm system. So give me a good reason why you wouldn't.
I mean, only that you don't trust that he's going to get it on the major league level. That's the only reservation.
But you could say that about any minor leaguer, Tiki.
But this is the Yankees who are trying to get to and win a World Series. It's not, hey, you know what? This the Red Sox, we've done well and we've won 15 in a row. We got house money to play with. And nobody expected us when we were 14 games under 500 to be anywhere close to the playoffs. We can experiment. It's the Yankees team that has had aspirations for years now, decades, to win another championship. And throwing young players in sometimes is the shot in the arm that you're talking about, that injection. But sometimes it becomes nothing. And if he becomes nothing, then what did you actually do?
Well, you gave it a try. What do you mean if he becomes nothing? He's a top prospect. Eventually he has to come on.
I just think it's different with the Yankees because of what the expectation is. If he comes up and he fails, and then the narrative becomes, well, you've ruined him.
No.
I'm
but
just
that's
saying.
stupid if people say that. What are you supposed to do with young players? Protect them forever? But you eventually have to give him a shot.
First of all, I think Tiki wants to say what we've heard him say before, so you could say it real quick, Tiki.
What's that?
Rookie
I'm
suck.
a fat moron.
Rookie suck. That's number one. Number two.
That's only in football.
This is like a slight part that makes me wonder and worry if Tiki's partially right. Look at the timing. It's July 23rd. He's hot. The Yankees can't score. They haven't called him up as of today. Do you think any of this is trying to hide any kind of exposures that maybe he is going to be traded for like a Mason Miller or somebody like that at the deadline?
There's nothing, Sean, barring a major injury, that would change his value if he's called up and plays a week of Major League Baseball.
Goes 0 for 19 to start off?
It's not changing his value. He's a top prospect. And I don't think the Yankees are going to trade him.
I know he is. You're right, Evan, and I hear you. You are so right. But if he goes 0 for 19, people are going to say he's not ready.
Well, Yankee fans will say that, but scouts won't. Like, the Detroit Tigers are still going to ask for him for Tarek Skubal. A.J. Preller is still going to ask for him for Mason Miller. Like, the idea that he comes up for a week, we're not even talking a month, we're talking a week, and would hurt his value, I think is insane. I think you guys are dead wrong about that.
What about the inverse of that? He comes up, he absolutely rakes, and the Yankees think they have the parameters to get somebody like that without giving up Lombard, and then they're like, nope, we're not doing this without Lombard.
Well, but I don't think Brian Cashman is going to be affected by a week of George Lombard. I think Brian Cashman, studying this man for 25 years, makes formulations about prospects. The ones he knows he's hyping up and knows he's going to trade, hello, Jesus Montero, and the ones that he loves, the ones that he will not move. Anthony Volpe was a guy he would not move. Remember? Volpe was asked for in many a trade that the Yankees could have made over the years.
You want him now?
And they said no.
You want him now?
Well, yeah, but that was a miscalculation by Brian Cashman. Just like trading Jesus Montero was a right calculation, right? Because he never turned in anything. I believe that George Lombard Jr. is in that box, that bag, that bucket, if you will, where Brian Cashman is not trading him. He's not going to be traded for Mason Miller. He's not going to be traded for Hunter Goodman or whatever catcher you want to dream about. He's just not. And so I don't think a week's going to change it. And this is not about the trade deadline. This is about the Yankees, whose offense continues to do nothing. Now, credit to them. They lose that heartbreaking game one. They responded. Not the offense, but the pitching was so good, they won anyway. Paul Blackburn has turned into a superstar. I don't know what the hell happened.
Jeff Nelson 2.0.
I mean, it's unbelievable. So give the Yankees credit. They did win. Right? They won a series against the Pirates, even though it didn't feel that way.
Right.
After splitting a doubleheader.
So, wait, Evan, just real quickly, when they split the doubleheader last night and we got word they won the series, I had to remind myself, they won the night before?
I know.
I can't remember the game.
I was listening to Big Mac and Craig for
Jazz 2 homers.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course. Because he had 3 home runs and 3 at-bats.
I was listening to our afternoon guys yesterday after the first loss, and I thought the Yankee season was over. I thought it was done. Like, they suck. They're boring. Get rid of everybody.
Well, no, what sucks is that you get a really good outing from Gerrit Cole other than the 2 home runs that he gave up. He's been home run prone, but whatever. He had a good outing, and you still lose because you're LD.
No, it's frustrating.
It's very
frustrating. But the point is they won the following game, and they're winning because their pitching is really good. Max Fried is back. He was unbelievable for 5 scoreless innings, but the offense continues to be a problem, and I want to inject something into it. And the thing you can inject tomorrow night in Philadelphia,
Hunter Goodman,
is George Lombard Jr. Yeah, you can make a trade, and I think they will. But why not give this kid a shot again? 9 for 17 since coming off the IL. If not now, when? That's my question to any Yankee fan and to Brian Cashman. Why do you keep prospects? Why do you marinate them? Is marinate? Cook them.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, marinate them.
Marinate. You prepare them.
You prepare them to eventually come up and impact your team. There is no moment more ideal for the New York Yankees to try to do this with a young player than right now. And I was racking my brain because one of the critiques of Brian Cashman and the Yankees over the years is that they haven't developed a lot of really good young players. So I'm thinking about the last time they called up, not just a young player, but like a big prospect, like a super prospect who had all this hype and had that guy impact a pennant race. Because Cam Schlittler and Ben Rice, as great as they become, were not even super prospects. The one that jumps out at me, and it worked, even if you don't love the guy I'm about to say, remember back, and let's see if Sean remembers this fondly, to August of 2015, as the Yankees were meandering their way through a wild card race. They called up their top prospect named Greg Bird, and he came up and he hit like 11 home runs in a month and a half and became a postseason player for the New York Yankees and was a part of the reason why they got one of the 2 wild card spots, even though they lost the game to the Houston Astros. It worked. He infused their offense with something. Now, it didn't work long term because we know what ended up happening to Greg Bird, but sometimes this happens. And I think this is the moment to try it.
Yeah, I'm looking at George Lombard Jr.'s game logs from the minor leagues going back 2 months. He's had 3 games in 2 months where he hasn't had a hit.
How about that?
3 games.
How about that?
In 2 months that he hasn't had a hit.
So
3 hits last night or whatever that was.
So what are you waiting for, Tiki?
I mean,
tell me the moment we're waiting.
I'll tell you what we're waiting for.
What?
Well, you know what we're waiting for.
I have no idea.
Whatever time they play at night on August 3rd, we're waiting for George Lombard to make his debut there to shield the fact that Brian Cashman had a letdown trade deadline and tell us this is your piece.
Right. We had our trade deadline guy in the minors.
Use him as a toy.
It's not like Gerrit Cole coming back or Max Fried coming back. It's like a trade line. We had our trade deadline acquisition already on our team.
No, let's do it because this is mine. Long-term predictions. When does George Lombard make his debut with the Yankees?
I'm confused because right now I'm using the bully pulpit to have it happen tomorrow.
Sure. Okay.
So
no.
I'm trying
You're proclaiming it should happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
When do you think it will happen? I'm going to go first and tell you the first game they play after the trade deadline, George Lombard will be in Yankee pinstripes to sell the fan base that's the deadline move.
Can I push back on something you just said about Cashman? And I'm not saying you have to love him because he's not perfect. There's no doubt about it. He is not perfect. Do you really think Brian Cashman is going to do nothing at the trade deadline when his track record is that he is super aggressive? Like, they're going to make 3 or 4 trades. I don't know what they're going to be. I don't know if you're going to be dancing in the streets. But the idea that Brian Cashman isn't going to be super aggressive, I think you're crazy, and it's not based on history.
No, first of all, sort of. Now, if you go back and just go through the archives, look, he's aggressive here, he's aggressive there. But the Yankees notoriously, in recent years under Brian Cashman, never get the big. Even last year when they added the bullpen guys, it was the Phillies who got Duran. Like, the Yankees will not get the biggest fish at catcher. They will get the second guy. They will not get the biggest fish at reliever in Mason Miller. They will get the next step down. So to do that, where the fan base has their fangs out, he will go, here's George Lombard Jr. on the first game after the deadline to get you all pumped up.
What infielder, because we're talking about an infielder in George Lombard Jr., and the answer could be a shortstop or a third baseman, obviously. Right. What guy is the dream fit for you that would cause you to say we don't need to call up George Lombard Jr.? Because I'm curious. Who is it?
Pena.
He's not available. Just because A-Rod said it doesn't mean it's true.
It's starting to be more than A-Rod talking about.
Yeah.
That Jeremy Pena's available?
Yeah.
Okay, second point. Let's say he is. I'm wrong. He's available. What makes you think that Dana Brown and the Houston Astros are going to make a trade with the freaking Yankees? Brian Cashman has called them a bunch of cheaters over and over again. You think they're doing business?
Yeah, you know why?
Why?
George Lombard Jr.
They're not trading George Lombard Jr.
Okay. That would be tough for me to stomach, given the Astros George Lombard Jr. But you never know. Like, depends what Brian Cashman actually thinks of him.
Okay, you guys,
you're also answering the wrong question.
It's all speculation, so it doesn't matter what we say because we'll have 15 callers call us and give us ridiculous trade ideas.
And I happen to think Jeremy Pena is one of them. Like, my point is, what third base, shortstop availability guys are more appealing to you than actually calling up your top prospect and giving him a shot? It's not like
there isn't one.
That's my point.
Francisco Lindor.
He's not available. He's not. Like, again, you could bring up names, but they're not real.
Was he on the list?
Yeah, I mean, Evan,
He's
they put out a list. There's
Evan,
five
he wasn't
people.
on the list.
They're not trading
Just because
him.
you were off last week on vacation, chilling and not paying attention.
I was paying attention.
Not doing any Ricos, not watching baseball at all.
He's not available.
He was not on the non-trade list.
Dude.
He's definitionally available.
Okay,
As a matter of-
he's available in a sense that's not realistic. Is that a better explanation?
Yeah, okay.
He's not going to be traded. So far, as I push back by saying, give me the shortstop third baseman's.
Neither is Miguel Bridges.
Rafael Devers.
To what, play third base?
Yeah, put this fat ass back at third base. Let's go.
So far, all you guys are doing is proving my point that Lombard Jr. is the most realistic and best option to call up and fill out this kind of offensive vacancy on the left side of your.
No, he really is. I mean, you go look back at his game log. It's as I was just doing 3 hits in the last game, 2 in the one before that, 2 in the one before that, 2 in the one before that, 5 or 6 straight games with at least 1 hit out of 3 or 4 bats. 2 hits in 2 games before that. I mean, he's just consistently been good.
He's ready. That's what you're trying to say without saying it. Here is a young player who's ready, and he happens to fit an area of the Yankee offense that could use an infusion. So we always get accused. They're not accused, but spoken up like, hey, guys, use your bully pulpit to do this. Use your bully pulpit to do that. Well, I've decided that today, on July 23rd, even though Tiki Barber is dissenting and Sean Morash is half into
I'm
it.
not dissenting. I'm just saying be cautious.
I am using the bully pulpit to say it is time. It is time for Brian Cashman, thank you, sir, to call up his top prospect in George Lombard Jr. and see what's going on.
Half into
Ignore
it,
the
my
haters.
ass.
What?
Half into it, my ass.
You kind of sound it.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I'm very into it, but it should have been done a month ago. Even when he was on the IL, play him while he's hurt at this point. They stink.
We got to your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. And what did MLB try to do yesterday to the New York Yankees by changing the rules right before a game? Plus, the Mets may be boring, but their broadcast team doesn't give a crap. And now they're just spouting stuff out. We'll let you take a listen to some of that coming up. And, of course, talk to you, 888-808-1019. It's time for the Yankee Turning Point of the game. First call to correctly identify yesterday's Yankee Turning Point at 866-540-WFAN. We'll receive a $100 Wendy's gift card. It's from our friends at Wendy's. Eat great, even late at Wendy's. Which game is this? We're doing game 1?
Yes, this is game 1. Game 2 will be given away next hour, as will Young Thug tickets.
Awesome. It's all from your flagship station for New York Yankee baseball, The Fan. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you, at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
And this portion of the program was sponsored by Ray Katina, Mercedes-Benz of Edison.
Make this your summer of unforgettable drives in a Mercedes-Benz from Mercedes-Benz of Edison. Their expert team makes shopping easy and stress-free. One reason they were named the 2026 Mercedes-Benz Dealer of the Year by Cars.com. Visit Mercedes-Benz of Edison for luxury driving all summer long.
John Montone. Right now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, we have a full lineup of new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokees.
Todd, I'm digging the refreshed look, new tech features, and that powerful new engine.
And during the Make This a Summer event happening at Ramsey, let your summer thrills begin with a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo Altitude 4x4. Leased for $379 a month for 36 months.
Or drive off in a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Limited 4x4. Lease for just $399 a month for 36 months.
Both offers with just $48.88 due at signing and 0% APR financing for 36 months.
So head to Ramsey and make this the summer before these deals fall away. Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
Exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Call 833-853-2969 for details. Tax, title, registration extra. $0 security deposit. VIN number TC258760 and T8564639. 0% APR. $27.78 per month for $1,000 finance. Ends 8/3/26.
When you own your own business, you need to keep things moving. Need to book a last-minute flight? Earn a $300 travel credit to cover that. Need to take a meeting before takeoff? Do it from the comfort of the Chase Sapphire Lounge by the club. Need to catch your breath before you board? Done. Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business. The business card that gives back all you put in. Visit chase.com/reserve business to learn more. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
BetMGM Sportsbook is giving you the chance to win a prize every day during baseball season. Step into the batter's box for BetMGM's Swing for the Fences free-to-play game. Log in every day for your chance to win, pick an area of the strike zone, and take your swing. If you get a hit, you'll receive a prize. Smash a home run to collect a bonus bet. Just log into your BetMGM Sportsbook account and visit your promotions section to access the Swing for the Fences free-to-play game. Swing for the fences every day with BetMGM. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Bonus bets expire in 7 days.
New shoes, new clothes, brand new grade. Switch to Verizon to make sure their tech keeps up. This back-to-school season, buy or bring any Android phone and get a Samsung Galaxy tablet on us. Get your kids ready for the school year without breaking the bank. Visit Verizon.com or your local store today. Bring an Android phone or purchase a new phone with device payment on postpaid service plan required. $329.99 tablet device payment purchase with new line on $20 per month tablet plan for 36 months required. Less $330 tablet promo credit applied over 36 months. Additional taxes, fees, and terms apply.
Orgavattazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
MSC Cruises feel so stylish and European. Let's espresso and gelato.
Espresso and gelato? Those aren't verbs.
Yeah, on MSC Cruises they are.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm into the American stuff. Let's coffee and soft serve.
Sounds like a plan. Maybe later we can chaise lounge and espadrille?
I think you mean pool chair and flip-flop.
For a limited time, get up to 30% off cruises, plus get up to $500 onboard credit and kids sail free. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Everybody knows Town Fair Tire is New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer, beating all the local competitors with our guaranteed lowest prices. And now, with over 120 stores throughout New England, we beat all the competition, including the warehouse clubs, the online sites, and the local dealers. Yes, we beat them all with the absolute guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
The all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 is designed to give you more of what matters. More passenger space and headroom for greater comfort. More cargo space, a lower lift-in height, and a standard power liftgate on every model. More connectivity with Google built-in integration, plus Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. All in a family-friendly SUV that delivers exceptional value. Drive a Mazda during the Mazda's More to Move You sales event and discover what makes Mazda the safest new car brand by Consumer Reports. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
The summer is here and it is hot. If you think a new central air conditioning system is out of your budget, you got to think again. Sloman's is here to change the game with their super savings sale. They're offering cutting-edge 18-SEER 2026 refrigerant-compliant R454B systems, expertly installed by their certified technicians, all at the lowest prices of the year. That's right, you get started with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Plus, they're including a comprehensive 5-year service plan that includes annual system checks, filter replacement, and refrigerant to keep your AC running smoothly all summer long. Servicing all of Long Island and Queens, you can call the team at Sloman's today, 516-932-7000 for your free estimate. But you got to hurry. These cool savings aren't going to last. So don't miss out. Call 516-932-7000 or visit ac.slomans.com. That's ac.slomans.com. Terms and conditions do apply.
Training camp is right around the corner, and nobody gets you ready for football season like WFAN.
It's a good variety of coverage.
From roster moves to quarterback questions to the biggest stories in the NFL, our experts have you covered. Get ready for Kickoff 2026 on WFAN.
It was, the Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. It was a mixed bag day for the Yankees. They fell in extras in game 1 of the doubleheader, 5-3, and then won in Max Fried's return, 2-0 in game 2, and a big hit by Anthony Volpe. The Mets, meanwhile, lost 4-3 in Milwaukee. How about Joey Ortiz, 3 for 3, homer short of the cycle? That would have been great for My Mets Bible, too. But nonetheless, the Mets lose.
You think that game would make My Mets Bible, too?
Cycle, let's go.
I mean, there's got to be a second edition of My Mets Bible, doesn't there?
There would be. I don't know how many games from 2026 will be included in such a My Mets Bible.
I mean, you do have to acknowledge this season that feels lost.
Oh, no doubt. And there will be certain games that I think get the acknowledgement. Probably the 5-error game would be up there.
Yeah.
That'd be one of them.
Which one would typify the season?
I think the 5-error game because it got Mendy fired.
Yeah, okay.
That's the one that jumps out at me as I sit here today on July 23rd. But obviously the Mets suck and they're boring. But I have noticed that over the last couple of days, Keith Hernandez and Gary Cohen are getting very loose with some of the things they say. They're caring a little bit less. So I have a few clips for you. You tell me if you find them entertaining or not.
Maybe they're caring more, but caring less about who they offend.
Maybe. That could be it.
Yes.
We'll start with Gary Cohen. He was caught on a hot mic. Okay? So this was Gary, I guess, not caring that it's very possible that the microphone is on. He did not say anything deeply offensive. Mm-hmm. It was more, you can tell that your guard is down just a little bit when you know you're just speaking.
Right.
So Gary Cohen was responding to Devin Williams coming into the Mets-Brewers game 2 days ago and was commenting on the reaction he got from the Brewer fans in relation to the response Freddie Peralta got a night earlier.
Devin Williams. Not much of a reaction. Certainly not what they did for Freddie. Interesting.
So now Gary's thinking about it. Listen to what he says.
Maybe if they hit him around like they hit Freddie, they'll give him an ovation.
Oh, damn.
Because remember, Freddie did get cheered when he was taken out of the game after he gave up, 7 runs.
Wow.
So I
mean, he mocked him. We did a video for Nutley All-Star Game. I mocked him. You don't remember at the end?
Oh, yeah. You mocked, I forgot. What did you mock?
I said, don't pitch like Freddie Peralta.
That's right. There's a lot of things you can mock.
He's a whipping boy right now.
No, yeah. Well, he deserves it. He's been terrible. Keith Hernandez, on the other hand, did this while analyzing a play. He was talking about the infield defense of the Brewers and really the state of the first base position in Major League Baseball.
A good defensive infield. They're a little shaky at first, but it seems like today's game, they don't give first base enough credit. Certainly the Mets don't.
Oh, man.
Certainly the Mets don't.
Maybe credit, attention, respect, care, money. Whatever you want to say.
They have the thought of we can stick anything over at first base. It'll be better than Pete Alonso. So you had that, and then
how many errors does Pete Alonso have this year?
Doesn't matter. Errors are not a good indicator. You can look it up, but that doesn't tell me the story.
I will.
Okay. So you had Gary, you had Keith. How about the president? Want to hear the president take his shot at the New York Mets?
The actual president?
The sitting president of the United States, Donald Trump, was down in Georgia, and while introducing Brian Snitker, the former Braves manager, he decided in Braves country, let me opine on the New York Mets.
You know, the Mets have the highest salary in baseball, and they lose all the time.
Now, in fairness, we don't have the highest salary in baseball. We're second, but aren't the Dodgers number one, Teak?
I think with luxury tax or bat tax, whatever it is, I forget what it's called now. I think the Mets are.
So if we're fact checking the president, you're saying he was accurate with the Mets have the highest, however he phrased it,
salary.
Yeah, I don't think that's true. I think we're number 2.
Wow, Tiki, when does your next article in Outkick come out?
I mean, geez. Bottom line is, here's where the president's right. The Mets aren't good.
Blowing and sucking.
So that's your entertaining Met conversation. Let's get to your calls, 888-808-1019. Matt is in Queens. Hey, Matt.
Hey, what's going on? Evan, I just wanted to disagree with your point on calling up Lombard.
Why?
I think they did the same thing with Volpe, and it felt rust. I mean, I know he broke out of spring training. He was tearing it up. But Caballero, before we called Volpe up and he went down with that finger injury, he was the best defensive shortstop in baseball. And I know we have 2 defensive guys on the left side of the infield, but I think you got to upgrade a catcher first and address that now and get him used to the staff before you start calling up Lombard.
But I think
it's an underwhelming deadline and people aren't becoming available. Then you call him up.
But I also think you can do both. I think acquiring a catcher has very little to do with calling up a shortstop that's performing. And keep this in mind about Anthony Volpe, if we want to use that comparison, because I know that's going to be one that people look at and are a little scared about. Anthony Volpe in 2022, the year before he was called up, played at AA and did a decent job, pretty good job. He was called up to AAA, only played 22 games at AAA, did not perform very well. And you're right, going into spring training of 2023, it was an open competition, included him, included Oswald Peraza, and it was, all right, let the best man win. But clearly they wanted Volpe to win the job, and he did in spring training. I think that comparison is very different than where Lombard is right now. He is in AAA. He is performing. He is hot. It's the middle of a season, and I don't think it's a rush job. I think it's a, hey, you're performing at a high level. Let's call you up. The Mets did it earlier this season with A.J. Ewing, and I remember there was some saying, oh, they're rushing him. Sometimes young players are just ready, and it's not about shortstop. I thought Sean made a good point. It could be third base. The beauty of Lombard being called up is it's not to replace one guy. It's just to give you another option on the left side of your infield where the production has just not been good enough.
Yeah, especially offensively. And by the way, you were right. It is the Dodgers, number 1, by almost $100 million in payroll plus the CBT.
Okay, so there you go.
Almost 100.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're just a cuck for the president. That's all.
You guys don't know what that word means, I'm assuming.
Well, here's what I know, and the reason that word was just used, I want to tell you the quick story, if you didn't hear it with Boomer and Joe this morning, is that John Heyman was on Twitter interacting with people, and he was facing criticisms for defending the Yankees, for ripping the Yankees, all sorts of things. And in his way of saying, I'm not a Yankee hater, he said, just the other day, I was called a Yankee cuck. And it appeared as if he didn't know what that word meant. And so that tweet of him saying that has gone viral with everyone laughing about John Heyman saying that. And now it's become kind of the word of the day. Boomer and Joe were even speculating, do you think Evan's a Met cuck? Is Big Mac a Yankee cuck? All that kind of stuff. But honestly, I don't really know the definition. I think it has something to do with a threesome, right?
You're watching. Forget it. I had to look this up because I got called that of Tiki Barber. So
wait, that you're a Tiki Barber?
People said you're not good on the radio. You're just a Tiki Barber. And I went, what does that mean? I'm not that.
I still think they're just defining it wrong. I really do.
You want to phrase it for us or define it for us or no?
Oh, I'm assuming it's short for cuckold.
Oh,
right?
Yes.
I'm assuming.
I think so.
We're giving Gio 4 hours tomorrow.
Right? This is just my assumption, and that is a man whose wife cheats on him.
Oh,
be a man.
So I just feel like it's being incorrectly applied.
So John Heyman is getting cheated on by the Yankees?
I don't
That's
know.
what he's being accused of?
I can't even wrap my brain around what that even means.
All I know is the Mets have the second highest group of salaries. So, Mr. President, apologize. We may lose all the time, but we're number 2 behind the LA Dodgers. I saw a stat the other day. I almost threw up. Wins per dollar based on your payroll. So, like,
the total payroll?
Yeah, total payroll. Like wins per dollar. How the Tampa Bay Rays pay like $5 a win or whatever it turns out to be. And the Mets obviously are dead last. And I think as of right now, it's $8 million a win.
Man. Tampa Bay's payroll is $108 million.
Yes.
$108 million.
Yeah. So do the math. What are they spending per win?
The Mets' tax bill is $120 million.
Yeah.
Their tax bill.
By the way, I do want to specify, and I want to clear something up, because before our last break, Sean attempted to get us to do a long-term prediction about George Lombard Jr., and I swatted it away like a fly because I didn't want to answer it. I do believe we should answer it. I'm a big fan of long-term predictions. So Sean Morash asked, when do we think George Lombard Jr. would be called up?
Yep.
And Sean, you said you think it happens right after the trade deadline on August 4th?
I said whatever their first game is after the trade deadline.
So that would be August 4th.
Yeah, I didn't know off the top of my head if they happen to be off that day.
No, Tuesday, August 4th would be the day after the MLB trade deadline. They are taking on the St. Louis Cardinals at Yankee Stadium.
Well, hold on, though. The trade deadline is at what time?
August 3rd, 6 o'clock.
So they would play at 7 o'clock that night?
They are playing 7 o'clock that night. Mets are off that day. Yankees are in action at the stadium against the St. Louis Cardinals in a rematch of the 1964 World Series.
I'll go an hour after the deadline. I'll go August 3rd.
He will be called up on August 3rd.
Yep.
Okay, let me write that down.
All right.
Tiki Barber, when will George Lombard Jr. be called up to the New York Yankees main roster?
I don't think he's being added to this roster to be an impactful piece this season.
Wow.
I'm saying September 11th.
September 11th against the Mets.
Mets Yankees.
I completely agree with Tiki. I think despite me attempting to use the bully pulpit and explain why I would call this guy up, I don't think they are. And I think the call-up is going to be a non-impactful call-up.
Right.
So I agree with you in terms of how he's called up. I'll give it a week earlier on September 4th while they're in San Diego. And remember, rosters expand. So you get that extra roster spot. And I could see the Yankees saying, you know what, it's good to have an extra.
What's the expansion day?
September 1st.
First. All right. So
a few days after that, I think Lombard gets called up, and you'll be screaming, play him, why'd you call him up, play him? And he's barely going to play.
Okay.
It is going to be like a half look at him.
Right.
And a part of that could be what they do at the deadline. Like maybe they do add a third baseman, shortstop that none of us are thinking about, because I asked these guys to give me other options, and they gave unrealistic options like Jeremy Pena, Francisco Lindor, and Rafael Devers.
That's not mine.
None of that's happening.
We're just parroting Alex Rodriguez with Jeremy Pena.
Yeah.
But who knows? We don't know. They need upgrades at those positions, and you can either go George Lombard or you can go a veteran. And I feel like this Yankee team is at the spot where they want a veteran as opposed to a rookie who may or may not be successful, despite how ridiculous he's been in AAA over the last, whatever it is, month. 2 months, really.
The thing that would hold me back from September, though, is, again, we don't know, but I kind of think September is the dartboard throw for Stanton and Judge. Are they going to do all three of those guys in September? That's what makes me think Lombard's coming here before those guys.
All right. We'll check in on those predictions when it actually happens. And another Evident Tiki with Sean Morash, long-term prediction. Let's go to Steve in White House Station. Hey, Steve.
What up, Steve?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good.
So Evan, first I got to apologize. The other day I didn't realize you wanted me to go through my protection stat because I was working under the wrong assumption that when you were on vacation last week, you listened to every minute of the Evan and Tiki show, and you had already heard it.
No, I did not hear it. Sorry about that.
Well, so that's all right. So for the record, we said the exact same thing. I said, percentage of fastballs and then a heat map on pitch location for when Judge bats one or two batters behind you versus when he doesn't. So, like you say, great minds think alike.
Right. You nailed it.
Other than that, I'll just say I'm ecstatic because, Evan, I couldn't agree with you more on Lombard Jr. And from yesterday's conversation, I can't believe that you actually think it would be better for the Yankees to have kept Girardi than to hire Boone. So,
I thought it at the time, and maybe this is a hypocrisy on my part, or just things are different. It's different situations. When the New York Knicks fired Tom Thibodeau, we were live on the air, and I was for it. I was for it before they did it. And I had to argue with Knicks fans on why I understood the move.
Right. Despite not having, because this was my take, a plan.
It wasn't even about that to me. It was more, can you win with this guy? If the answer is no, get rid of him. Like, it wasn't even about the plan to me.
Winning.
No, win it all. Win a championship.
Oh, I see.
That was my attitude on why I was pro getting rid of Thibodeau. When the Yankees fired Joe Girardi.
Thibodeau.
Whatever. When the Yankees fired Joe Girardi after losing the 7th game of the 2017 ALCS, I, like most, because I was not like against the trend here, I screamed and yelled. I thought it was brutal. I thought it was a bad decision. I think Joe Girardi is a really good manager. I've wanted him to manage the Mets numerous times. I know it didn't work out in Philadelphia. I still think he has it in him. I would make him a candidate for the Met job next year. Absolutely. I mentioned that when Mendy, we were talking about firing Mendy months ago. So it's been a long time, and obviously a lot has changed. And yes, eventually you do need to make a change. Like, guys get tired of hearing the same voices. So I'm not suggesting that Joe Girardi need to be the manager for life in perpetuity. But yes, when that move was made, I didn't like it. By the way, I got one more Keith Hernandez, I don't give a crap anymore moment.
Okay.
Are you ready? This is from Saturday night against the Phillies when the tarp came on the field. I have it. Don't worry, Sean. A tarp comes on the field. Mets are getting blown out. And the idea is that this game is not going to be restarted.
Dude, there's 59 games left. And
I know.
He already doesn't care.
He don't care. Listen to Keith Hernandez. You're going to love this one.
So the Phillies lead at 6-1 in the bottom of the seventh. We're going to go to break. And when we come out on the other side, we won't be here.
Oh, thank
We'll
God.
be showing you game 161 from 2024.
Wow.
Amazing.
Oh, thank God. This poor guy.
When we go to break, you're seeing the tarp. When we come back from break, we're out.
Thank God. Meanwhile, 45 minutes later, they restarted that game for the biggest waste of time ever for the Mets to go do the tap dance 1, 2, 3 so they could lose 6-1. Keith's done.
Did they were still there, correct?
Yes,
All
they
right,
just
good.
they were done with it. They thought, and I thought it too, because this was right when my flight got canceled. It all happened at the same time. I was under the impression they were not coming back and playing the last 2 innings.
Yeah, because it felt like it was going to be a sustained, ridiculous downpour.
It was going to be a downpour.
And it was quick.
And the Mets were getting killed. And it was the eighth. Like, it was easy for the umpires in MLB to say, let's just can this thing. And 45 minutes later, they come back to play the biggest waste of time. And there's poor Keith Hernandez. So if there's any reason to continue to be invested in watching the Mets, it's to hear what he says next. I think he drops an F-bomb before the season's over.
Takes a dive.
Yeah, that day he was definitely thinking, I don't know if he said it because I wasn't listening, I could have been home an hour and a half ago. When he finally got home.
That's what he was thinking.
100%.
Let's go to John in Pennsylvania. Hey, John.
Hey, John.
Hey, Evan, Tiki, Sean. Third-time caller, and I really appreciate the show. Evan, I just got to tell you, buddy, you remind me a lot of myself as like a Giants fan, the way that you get miserable with the Jets and everything like that. So I do actually enjoy when the Jets have anything good happen, and you're a killer with the sound marks, and you do the whole Tiki down the rabbit hole thing. I just love it. Tiki, you're a legend. I love you.
Thank you, man.
Sean, I really called for you though because as a Giants fan, I watch Talking Giants, and I hear you go on about the Giants, and I know that you love the team. And then I get the take from you yesterday that you're scared. But if there was a time to be scared, to me, it would have been second year Brian Dable when we get blown out 40-0.
And I was
not, but not the way that you are now. It seems like that you're terrified now. But we have John Harbaugh, who's a Hall of Fame head coach in waiting. We have an offensive line that was actually really good last year, but nobody knows that because they don't watch the Giants, and we won 4 games. So nobody even knows that. They don't realize we brought in Pat Ricard in front of Scat and Tyrone Tracy for the running game. I don't think people realize with the neighbors thing, we're all worried about the injury, sure, but I see this team being way more Baltimore Ravens in the NFC East, where it's power running, it's defense. And speaking of defense, we don't have that clown supposedly calling defenses that blew 5 10 point,
Yeah.
right. So I'm not sure where the graphic team on Twitter did the whole you're running and animated and everything. It was hilarious, but I just don't get it. Like, if there was a time to be positive, it's got to be now, because if it's not, it's Joe Beningo. When is it ever going to happen, really? Because this team, for 10 years, you guys do the whole record stuff. We won 11 games once in 10 years, Sean, I want you to be excited, man. I want you to feel the way that I'm feeling, and I really think we're starting off the season 3-2, but your thoughts on that, guys?
All right. How about that? So, real quickly, because this clip did go out, and I know I said this yesterday, I wanted to throw up, and I feel like it's gotten a little misconstrued. I am ultra vulnerable and transparent when it comes to my teams, including, obviously, the Giants. All I was saying was, now that we're starting training camp, we have had an entire offseason talking about what a success this has been for the Giants, and I am positive.
Right.
But it scares me that almost unanimously we all are positive, which makes me feel like in sports a lot of times when everybody thinks something's going to work, it doesn't. And I was just trying to be as honest as possible that makes me want to throw up.
I don't know if this gives you optimism, or maybe it bothers you, or maybe you don't care. It's your choice. The response to the John Harbaugh speech from a national media level and from a national fan level was to mock you, was to mock John Harbaugh, was to mock the Giants. I'm surprised, though I shouldn't be. I guess I didn't think about it that way, that people are now out to get the Giants. And so shouldn't that make you feel better? Like, yes, Giant fans are universally excited. I'm not a Giant fan. I'd be damn excited because you have a real head coach, which you haven't had in a million years.
Yeah.
So wouldn't it offset the Giant fan optimism that you got the national media and the national fan level to mock your team for a dumb reason?
I would say this. The national media wants to mock the Giants because they're the Giants. Not that they were the great Giants, a championship Giants. Not that. It's a massive market. They want to mock the New York fan. So they're more mocking the Sean Morashes of the world or the WFAN listener.
Oh, you know what it is actually, based on your point?
Because I'll give you.
They're mad at Knicks fans for getting too cocky.
Well,
so now they're like, screw New York.
Maybe. But I think that just comes with New York. They'll do this with Yankee fans. They'll do this all the time. Because what John Harbaugh said pales. How he said it pales in comparison to his brother. If you've ever, and I don't know if any of you actually have, listened to Jim Harbaugh give a motivational speech, you want to talk about corny, laugh out loud, talking about climbing trees as an athletic rep when he was recruiting kids to Michigan. Like, he doesn't care. He's such a weird, awkward, but awesome interview, Jim Harbaugh, but it's endearing because it's Jim Harbaugh and it's the West Coast. But when John Harbaugh does it on the East Coast with New York, it's mockable. So they're only mocking him because it's New York. I'm positive about that.
That's fair.
Because
that's fair.
Trust me, go listen to Jim Harbaugh.
Oh no, he's cringe, as the kids say.
It's that point.
But it's endearing.
It is endearing. And Jim is more cringe, but John didn't have a different kind of speech that he hadn't had at any point with the Ravens.
Of course.
And they won a hell of a lot of football games and he captured
That's
them.
exactly
and
right.
And it's just because nobody was paying attention to those behind-the-scenes moments.
Well, you know why?
in Baltimore.
Because it's simple.
Right.
It's simple football. We think football is profound. I've said this many times over the years. Jim Skipper, my first running back coach, said to me, we're just a bunch of PE majors coaching PE majors. We want to make it complicated. We want to make it like this higher echelon, whatever. It's football.
Well, I said this briefly yesterday, and I really believe it. If that exact same speech is made by Joe Judge, most of us are mocking it.
Yes.
But the reason I support it and the reason I'm fired up is not because I'm a Giants cuck, but because John Harbaugh has a resume of being a really good head coach.
That's right.
Now, he doesn't have the resume of being Vince Lombardi.
Comes with credibility.
He comes with an incredible amount of credibility. And so when John Harbaugh does anything right now, I, as an IFO, say, hey, look, this guy's going to bring winning to your team. But if Aaron Glenn makes this same speech, or Robert Saleh makes this same speech, or Joe Judge or Ben McAdoo or Brian Daboll, we're probably going to mock it. The difference I have with some of my fellow Jet fans and non-Giant fans who mock John Harbaugh is I'm just looking at the resume. I'm looking at the fact that they have a real head coach, and until proven otherwise, we don't. And again, until proven otherwise. Because I want to give Aaron Glenn an opportunity. It was only 1 year, right? I don't want to bury him. Look at Bill Parcells in his first year. But as of right now, I look at John Harbaugh, no matter how corny he sounds, and I say, that's a head coach I'd like to have. And so either I'm a cuck for the New York Giants, or I'm just really honest.
Is this going to be your word now for the rest of the summer? Because I'm already getting that feel an hour.
I think just the rest of the day. I think John Heyman made it a thing today, and I think tomorrow we move on. Is that fair?
I think it is fair. It is fair. Did it excite you that the Yankees finally got a win in the John Heyman's a Yankee cuck era?
Yes, I was very, very excited. I was very excited. I'm really excited about today, I have to be honest with you. And the reason I'm excited about today, and maybe this is my own issue, because I watch every second of the Mets and the Yankees, like it's this weird baseball infatuation. I need off days. It's like I'm a player.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I need off days.
I agree. Before they go to Philadelphia. Right.
And the fact that both the Mets and the Yankees have an off day today, I feel freed. Like I'm not doing a Rico. I'm not watching baseball.
You feel max freed.
Yes, I feel very max freed. I'm going to do some crazy stuff today. You know where I think I'm going?
Where?
Probably shouldn't announce
to see the Odyssey?
No, but like both my sons want to do completely different things. Like my oldest son wants to play mini golf.
So who wins?
Wait for it. This is how brilliant I am. My oldest son wants to do mini golf. My youngest son wants to go to an arcade. My wife just wants to go out for a nice dinner. I'm like, boy, after we do all that, can we just watch a movie? I think I'm going to the Palisades Mall tonight because they have everything.
Do it all.
Like, seriously.
I love that.
Dude,
That's actually smart.
You walk up there, Dave & Buster's. I walk to the right, there's your indoor dark mini golf, movie theater, Chipotle, or a restaurant if you want.
Hold on.
Do they have a dine-in? Is it a dine-in?
Dude, they got like 50 restaurants.
But is it
in
a dine-in, like movie theater?
No, I don't think the movie is a dine-in. No.
He just got done saying his wife wants to go out for a nice dinner, and the first thing he blurts out is, they got Chipotle.
I know, I'll do better than that.
And I love Chipotle, but come back to us, Evan.
But that is like, and I'm not even doing an advertisement for this place because I don't think they sponsor anything. Like, that's the way to do everything in one night. Because I don't want to go to 15 different places.
Or go to American Dream.
That's true.
Right, but that's farther away.
American Dream, by the way, because I've talked to them, and I love that place. It is far away, but they're building a movie theater. Movie theater is a big deal for me, and I'll tell you why. That's the rest. You need to rest. You're running around an arcade.
Yeah, it's like when you're in Disney and you go into one of those sit-down movie things.
Yes.
It's just like, oh, thank God.
Dude, that's what it's there for.
It's cool in here. Or the shows. You go watch one of those little animatronic shows.
Do you think anyone wants to see the Muppet Show at Walt Disney World? No, you don't. No. You need a break.
We absolutely saw it, though, last year.
Of course.
Absolutely saw it.
Because you need a break.
Yeah.
So the movie theater to me, and American Dream is building one, and I've seen like the pictures of it. It's going to be freaking fantastic. I'm big on I need the movie theater in the mall.
Is it dine-in?
Because I need a rest spot. What is your obsession with dine-in?
Because they serve alcohol. Dine-ins.
That's what he's thinking.
Then you got to get up to go to the bathroom at some point if you have too many. You miss a plot.
Just because my prostate's better than yours.
Oh, that's a fair point.
Very fair. More of your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. Football fans, very excited. We are going to educate you, inform you, and entertain you with the return of New Team Who Dis coming up at 11:30. And Mason Miller is available, so what will it take for the Yankees to go get him? Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash till 2 this afternoon. Total Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is expanding across Long Island, New York City, and New Jersey with new locations opening in Comac, Babylon, and West Orange. Expert care is closer than ever. Their top-rated doctors treat everything from everyday injuries to complex orthopedic conditions. Wherever you are on your journey, they're there to help you move forward. They are the experts at getting you back to being you. Visit TotalOrthoSportsMed.com to schedule your appointment today or call 855-321-ORTHO.
This portion of the program is sponsored by Flushing Bank, a division of Ocean First Bank.
Save smarter and enjoy more with the great CD rates offered by Flushing Bank, a division of Ocean First Bank. Whether you're planning ahead or growing your savings, now is a great time to lock in a competitive rate. Visit FlushingBank.com today. Member FDIC.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Kevin O'Connor of Yahoo Sports reporting that LeBron James delaying his free agent decision because he's waiting to see if a team could potentially trade for Anthony Davis or Kyrie Irving. The problem? The Wizards don't want to trade AD and the Mavs don't want to trade Kyrie Irving. My daughter would love to do nothing but eat cheese and ice cream all day, but we can't always get what we want. Not even the king, LeBron James. I'm Nick Costos.
Hey, Metro New York. Ready for real savings? Switch to Allstate today. Because drivers who switched saved an average of $713 on their auto insurance. So, what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for an auto insurance quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You play for the win, not just on game day, every day. Channel that drive into your money. Robinhood puts you in control, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-329-1010. That's 1-800-329-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-329-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Hey everyone, Boomer Esiason here. I've spent years on the field learning what really matters most: reliability, consistency, and trust. That's why I love Red Pocket Mobile. You choose from 3 major 5G networks, plans start at just $10 a month and stay there. Plus real customer care answers in under 2 minutes. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Hey Yankees fans, come out to Yankee Stadium on Thursday, August 27th when the Yankees host the Astros for a very special night in the Bronx, Seinfeld Night. The first 18,000 guests will receive a George Costanza Calzone bobblehead presented by Star. Tickets are on sale now at Yankees.com/tickets. Don't miss Seinfeld Night and the George Costanza Calzone bobblehead, Thursday, August 27th. Yankees versus Astros at Yankee Stadium.
This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates. It's not easy being an accident victim these days. I mean, how do you choose the right lawyer? The radio, TV, buses, and billboards are filled with law firms making the same old promises, bragging about the same big results. They talk about their proven track record and hope they'll get you to sign on the dotted line. But then what? If a lawyer tells you from day one what your case is worth, please turn around and run. If a lawyer tells you how quickly they'll get your case settled, I beg you, turn around and run. The right lawyer is not a fortune teller. The right lawyer is honest, straightforward, and knows every case is different. He or she will have the experience to get you every dollar you deserve at the right time. So if you want to know your rights and you want to be told the truth, call D'Agostino & Associates today at 888-24-LAW-24. That's 888-24-LAW-24 and ask for me, John D'Agostino, because I've been there and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law. Bite back.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Looking for the best value on new tires? Get to Town Fair Tire. We honor every valid manufacturer's and competitor rebates and give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
It's the road ahead, brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit Kia.com and discover movement that inspires. The team from the Bronx begins an extended road trip that will take them to Philadelphia and then the Windy City, where they take on both teams from Chicago.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it. Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Attention drivers! The Mega Millions jackpot is up to $743 million. Take a break from the Jersey traffic and stop at any New Jersey lottery retailer to grab a ticket.
Start your day with Boomer and Gio. Join the conversation weekday mornings from 6 to 10. Call 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
I am back to biking. I'm very much enjoying it. Like I used to back in the day when I did the show with Joe, I have a secret spot here in New York City that I cannot say. I park my car, and then I get on the West Side Highway bike route and bike about 5.5, 6 miles down to New York City, down to where we work. And so I've done it a couple of days in a row, and I have a game that I now play. It's a horrible game, but it's a game. So if you are a runner or a biker in New York City, you can play along. You ready for this game?
Let's hear it.
Count the dead rats.
You actually see dead rats?
You want to know the number? So my route, again, 5.5 miles, straight on the West Side Highway, bike route. So I forget what they call them. On the bike route itself or to the side of the route. I am biking, bro. It's not like I'm analyzing things.
It's not like you're walking either.
No,
like
I'm biking.
You're going pretty quickly past
So 25-minute bike ride, 5.5 miles. This morning, I played the game. How many dead rats did I see? And I'm not kidding. Not screwing around.
Well, it's got to be a big number. Otherwise, you wouldn't be.
I don't know if it's a big number. It depends on what you consider a big number.
I'm going to say 7.
Close.
6?
9. 5 dead rats.
I was going to say 6 or 7.
You guys.
But I didn't want to go there again.
Yeah, you did.
How many live ones?
No. I didn't see any live ones because I'm sure that if I did, they moved too quickly for me to actually see them.
And they don't come to the sunlight, do they?
I don't think so. They're usually down underneath the subways. But
5 dead rats?
5 dead rats. 5 dead rats in a 25-minute bike ride on the West Side Highway bike route. Like, that just tells you there are billions of rats in
Now,
this city.
what are they, run over? Or are they like how did they perish?
So, Tiki, when I would see that there is a rat, I avoid eye contact. I am freaked out by mice, rats, mouse, all those things. So I don't want to see it. So I glance, I'm like, oh, and I quickly turn my head.
Why? Because you hope it's not still alive?
I hope it's not alive. I hope I don't run it over, and I don't want to see it. It like freaks me out.
Yeah. Also, Tiki, they have all those like traps up. Well, it takes a little bit of bait, and they just die from stomach poisoning. They're laying there just limp.
So you think that's how they go?
Oh, they're poisoning them.
I know that's how a lot of them go.
So where are
we had a bit of a rat issue in our neighborhood, so I'm well equipped.
Where do they, like, in relation to where I'm biking, which again is this beautiful route, I would advise anyone to do it. Just don't do it the times I bike because pedestrians are annoying.
Right.
Where are they setting it up to get these rats?
So if you walk the city and you see like these little areas on the sidewalk that have like the trees, like the beautification projects, if you look next to them, there's these little black boxes that you wouldn't even know unless you stared at
right.
it.
I know.
And
I've seen
within there
those.
is a bunch of rat bait, and they have circles
Rat
in them.
poison, you mean?
The poison, I'm sorry.
Right.
So they have circles in them that are basically, they look like little homes for the rats to go into. They go in there, they eat the bait, they walk out, and it could take 24 hours. They could be blocks away, and they just drop dead.
And so they just dropped it anywhere.
Yep.
I don't like this. We need to create a poison that kills them instantly then. Because the dropping dead anywhere could be anywhere.
Yeah, but if you walk in there, you eat the rat food that's poison, and you die instantly, no other rats are going in there.
Yeah, exactly. They need to come out of there.
That's a fair
Great point.
All I know is it is not a pleasant sight to see these dead rats just dead in the middle of the road.
So when you go back, do you see them?
I'm probably going to.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just wonder how long till they clean them up.
Well, you know what? That's the new game I'm going to play. I saw 5 rats coming this morning.
Yeah.
Let's see how many I see going this afternoon. I hope they're all gone. Because who the hell wants to see that?
No.
The Ninja Turtles.
What?
Splinter.
What? But isn't their leader also a rat?
I thought that was their enemy.
No.
You're out of shape and you're fat.
The sensei, isn't he also a rat?
Hold on. No, he's a ninja, and they're turtles, and he teaches them how to be Ninja Turtles, and their enemy is a rat.
I don't remember.
You're fighting him about it? You don't even know?
I have no idea.
Yeah, if you would have asked Evan 25 years ago, I would have known the answer. I got no idea.
Now I'm doubting myself.
Yeah, I think Splinter was the good guy.
Who were they fighting then? Hubcaps?
I think they were fighting like a bad turtle, weren't they?
They were fighting a bad turtle?
I thought it was like the good turtles versus the bad. Oh, I think they were fighting a human. I think it was a human being.
No,
that
Splinter was their sensei.
That's what I'm saying.
He's a rat?
Yes.
Yes.
So who were they fighting? Other rats or other turtles?
Who was the antagonist? Shredder.
Shredder.
But what was Shredder?
I think he was a guy. I think he was a dude.
You mean to tell me a rat led 5 turtles and turned them into ninjas and they beat up a dude? That was the plot line?
I think Shredder was a guy. I don't think it was like...
How terrible were we for cinema that we bought into that?
What about the girl? Didn't they have like a crush on some redheaded woman?
Shredder was a human being.
Told you.
Oh, what a terrible plot.
Yeah, you know what they were spreading? They were spreading these lies that the humans are the evil ones. And all the turtles and rats, they're all good. But we as humans, we're the evil ones. I don't buy that. I've never let my kids watch
By the
Ninja
way,
Turtles.
if you hated the last 5 minutes, blame the Mets because we're done with it.
I do want to get to Mason Miller real quick because I had argued with Sean and you guys over the last few weeks that I didn't think he'd be available. Reportedly, and there's a few reports about this, I think Will Salmon and Ken Rosenthal was one of them, that Mason Miller is available, even though the Padres are in this really weird spot right now as a franchise where they're sort of in it. They have a big game hunting general manager they've spent in the past, that they would trade Mason Miller. I find it so weird that they would, considering what they gave up to get him a year ago. They gave up a huge prospect haul to get him, including one of the top prospects in all of baseball. So to flip him a year later is odd to me. 2 things. Number one, it sounds like Preller wants 2 top 100 prospects. Now, the Yankees at the present time have, I think, 4 top 100 prospects. If you are not going to include George Lombard Jr., who we've talked about a lot on this show, because they refused to include him in a trade. You're talking about Dax Kilby, Elmer Rodriguez, Carlos Lagranye, Ben Hess. Would you trade, let's say, Dax Kilby, the young shortstop who's years away but is a top prospect, and Carlos Lagranye for Mason Miller?
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Not even a question.
Now,
because your pitching is young in part, but also signed in part.
Real quickly, Spencer Jones is not a top 100 prospect, huh?
At this moment, he's not, no.
Huh.
No. Your 5 top 100 prospects, according to MLB.com, George Lombard Jr., Dax Kilby, Elmer Rodriguez, who we've seen, Carlos Lagranye, and Ben Hess. So a lot of pitchers, 3 out of 5 pitchers. And we know that the Padres and Yankees will make a trade together. Right. They obviously made the Juan Soto trade. But the other caveat to this, and I would not be stunned if the Padres try to do this, is that they are attached to some of the worst contracts in all of baseball.
Including Manny Machado.
The big one to me, though, isn't even Manny. It's Xander Bogaerts. He's 33 years old. He's signed until he's 41 years old. He's making $25 million a year, and he's awful. He's a .233 hitter, and his decline's been going on for 3 years. There's been thought that the Padres would say to teams, if you want Mason Miller, you have to take Xander Bogaerts. 7 years remaining on that contract. He's already 33 and bad.
Right.
And I know this is more of a question for ownership's willingness to spend, especially in a new world where there could very well be a salary cap. Because I guess it's easy for Sean Morash to say, sure, I'll take him. Who cares? I'm giving up less prospects. But would you be willing, knowing the hamstring nature of a contract like that, to take back Bogaerts just to get your hands on 3 more years of control of Mason Miller?
I'd like to say yes, but if we don't know the rules of a potential whatever they're going to figure out here in the CBA, and that screws the Yankees, how could you commit to that?
Yeah. What's he making a year?
25.
Yeah. Manny Machado's hitting 202. He's got 22 bombs, but he's making 39.
Yeah. But that's the issue with this CBA thing. Whether you think there's going to be a cap or not, even if we get to the point that there's some kind of figure for that, you don't know, like, is anything grandfathered in going forward? Like, you just don't know the rules.
Yeah, and Tiki's right about Machado's deal being even worse because next year he's going to make $39 million until 2033. I mean, both of those guys.
When he's 40.
When he's 40. I think the difference between Manny and Bogaerts is I can see Manny Machado bouncing back and having some big years.
No, he's still getting good contact on the ball. He's hit 22 home runs this year.
Exactly.
He's just not hitting for average at all.
And he's not that far removed. He doesn't feel as far removed from being a really good player as Bogaerts is. But take your pick. Like, they're both god-awful contracts. Would the Padres use one or both to say that's how we're going to trade Mason Miller? Which is a fan base of the Padres I'd be fuming at. But we've seen it before. In fact, do you guys remember the example? Because I'd say it worked out. Do you remember the Mets doing it? They took back Robbie Cano to get Edwin Diaz.
That's right.
Now, they also gave up prospects in that deal, including Jared Kelenic, even though it didn't work out.
Right.
But yeah, a lot of that was their willingness to take Cano, and the Mariners said, take Edwin Diaz.
Yeah, well, the Padres have to realize they're not catching the Dodgers. They could pull in the second in the West at least, but they're 2 games under 500. So right now, it feels like, where are they going?
Possibly a wild card spot. Look at the last wild card spot in the National League. Right now, that spot's held by the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, they're 3 games
Yesterday,
out
it was
of
the Pirates. The day before was the Cardinals. The Marlins have lost 9 in a row.
And they're
in it.
They're 3 games out of it.
And I'd argue, talent-wise, they're as good as any of those teams, maybe better. So from a pennant race standpoint, they could continue to try to go for it. But would you take – see, I think the Mets may make more sense in a Mason Miller, let's take a bad contract deal. Because we had talked, and you guys tried to bring it up earlier in the show about Lindor. And I am not in favor of trading Lindor. I don't think they seriously would trade Lindor. But maybe that's the kind of trade you think about where you flip a contract like Bogarts or Machado and your return, because you're not getting the player you prefer. No Met fan would prefer Xander Bogarts over Francisco Lindor, but your prize is Mason Miller. That's at least something to give thought to.
Right.
By the way, I wouldn't do it. I'm just giving you the thought process behind that.
I mean, they're going to have decisions to make. If I'm the Yankees, forget the Mets. If I'm the Yankees, that's who I'm targeting.
What?
Mason Miller.
Yeah, but would you do it taking back a contract like that? I think the answer is clearly no.
Well,
the Mets
here's
could
the thing.
flip a bad contract that's less as bad.
Yes.
Less as bad.
Yes.
Less worse.
You know
could
why?
the Yankees do that with a contract?
You know why? Now, they would force them to go way above what they want to spend. But would you take Mason Miller if you were getting Manny Machado?
If I'm the Yankees?
Yes. Is it not an upgrade at third base, at least from a bat standpoint?
Tiki, I would do it in 5 seconds. The problem is, in a world in which we don't know what the new CBA is, and with a Hal Steinbrenner who's talked about keeping his salaries below the luxury tax, is he really going to take on that contract? Which, yeah, considering where the Yankees are, fine. Like, flip them back Ryan McMahon. The contract expires soon, so it's offset a tiny bit of the money.
Yep.
But you get one of the best closers in baseball, and now you build this super bullpen.
Yeah.
And
you have a third baseman.
I would do it. Sean would do it. I bet you most Yankee fans would do it. But there's no way Yankee ownership would do that. That's why I mentioned there's more of a chance of the Mets doing a deal like that than the Yankees.
They did get an infusion of money in the form of an investment, right?
But do they plan on using it to take back?
No, look, from what we understand, I have no idea. I haven't really looked into it, but it's like they took the money to pay down debt, not to reinvest in the team. Now, maybe that goes hand in hand, but that deal would make sense. You get a top line closer. You get a third baseman who's not horrible defensively, but is going to hit you 35 home runs each of the next whatever years. And you have that solved. And then you clear space for whatever. You get rid of Caballero or keep Caballero, get rid of Volpe. Now you bring up George Lombard. It feels less, man, we have so much uncertainty at these positions. You actually have a competent third baseman, and you have a closer of all closers.
I agree. I think the way you build a trade like this, here's your fictitious trade. Tell me if you'd sign off on it. You take back Machado, and you get Mason Miller. You give them back Carlos Rodon, so a little bit of the money is offset, and the Padres get to at least tell their fans, hey, look, we're trying.
Right.
Give them back Trent Grisham, which again offsets some of the money. They bring him back, and then you have to give them one good prospect, let's say Carlos Legrand.
Right.
And there's your trade. And then you take back Machado and the absorbent craziness of that contract, and you get Mason Miller. You sign off on that, Sean?
I'd be a real Yankee cook then.
Here's the problem. The problem is you say yes, everyone says yes. I don't think they would do it. I don't think they would take back a contract like that. And that's probably why the Padres would be willing to trade Mason Miller to try to entice a team to take back one of those bad contracts.
Yeah.
But I don't think the Yankees would do it. I think it's more likely the Mets would consider a deal like that because Cohen has shown a willingness to take back a contract or pay something off to get a better return.
Still willing to do that? That's the question.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's fascinating. I don't know. The reports about Cohen is that he's not willing to pay down contracts to get better prospects. This is a little bit different. You're not paying down a contract to get contracts, to get prospects. You're taking back bad money to get a really good player, which is what the Mets did in a prior Cohen era in the Robbie Cano, Edwin Diaz deal. And here we are all these years later. Wouldn't you say the Mets made the right decision?
Yeah.
Even with Diaz gone?
Yeah.
Like, you'd look back on it and say...
short term, right. You just wish you could have held him.
Yeah, but he was there for a long time. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 7 years. Like, you didn't get 2 years out of it.
True, but you also didn't get him in a... I guess you did go to one NLCS, but you didn't really get him in a spot.
Yeah, but that's more the building of the entire team.
Yeah.
You can't judge a trade based on the overall results of the team because that's not necessarily fair to the performance of the player and if the trade was worth it or not. You know what I mean? I know Yankee fans do that sometimes with guys like Gerrit Cole's a great example. When they signed him as a free agent, I had the discussion with our producer at the time, Ernie, what would make this a success? And he said they have to win 3 World Series. And I was like, really? What if the guy wins 5 Cy Youngs, but you don't win any? And he said, no, we're judged on winning. So here we are as we move towards the end of Gerrit Cole's contract. I'm sure there are Yankee fans who say, yeah, we didn't win enough. Now, it's not necessarily Gerrit Cole's fault. He's been a really good Yankee. But with the Mets, I can't fairly judge moves based on, well, did the team win or not? Because there's so many other moves that kind of impact that. Let's go to, you want to get the definition of cuck? Because Tim in Connecticut can give it to us.
Hey, Tim.
What's up, Tim?
Hey, what's going on, boys? First of all, Tiki, because I'm a diehard Cowboy fan, but I got the utmost respect for you.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
Hey, anytime, man. Evan, I really want to fix a little bit of your naivety, if that's even a word.
Sure.
About cuck and how I wouldn't really go about describing myself as one if I were you.
Well, before you ever tell me the specifics, sometimes words change. Like the usage of words change, right? John Heyman has ushered in a new era of the meaning of the word cuck. It no longer means whatever it used to mean.
I'm afraid to even look it up.
It now means, this is the way I take it, it now means you're a shill for a certain team.
Welcome to hell!
That's what I think it means. Am I wrong to say that?
No, not at all.
No, so I guess we now have McMonagle's new podcast name.
Suck it! What's it called? I'm a cuck?
Blowing and sucking.
Pinstripe cuck.
I think you're right. But I do think the definition of that word, whatever it used to mean, I think it's over now.
New.
It is now slang.
Sean Heyman just Farmvilled that term, you know? It's no longer cool.
I think he did. And I don't even think he meant to. You know what I've been thinking about ever since I saw the John Heyman tweet, and if you're just tuning in, the tweet that he ushered yesterday that's changed the meaning of that word, is he said, I've been accused of being a Yankees cuck, whatever that means. Okay, so he threw in the whatever that means. I am obsessed with hearing John Heyman say that tweet with his voice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need John Heyman to read his tweet so we can always have that for like history. So I think John still likes me. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll call him up and say, hey, can you call me back with a voicemail that has you reading the tweet just so we can have it for history?
Can't even believe it.
Well, now he's not going to like me, but there you go. I saw John in spring training.
That was Keith. That was
McPhee. That was not me.
That was not Keith. That was not us.
Heyman used to be on with Joe and I every week debating the Hall of Fame candidacies of Albert Bell. Let's go to Gavin in Woodbridge. Hey, Gavin.
Hey, Evan, Tiki, how's everyone doing today?
All's well.
What's up?
So I wanted to just bring up the Harbaugh speech, nothing to do with mocking, but when I first saw it, I was expecting, discipline, accountability. I didn't get that. Specifically when Harbaugh was saying how it's such an honor to coach them, we're honored to be here. Why are we honoring a team that hasn't won anything, that won 4 games last year?
Right.
I thought he was going to come in and set the tone. Like, I look back on Rabel's first speech. Everyone's sitting up straight. They're scared as hell. After he speaks, they want to run through a wall, and they're all scared of getting cut.
Yeah.
I'll hang up and listen. I was very taken back of the lack of seriousness, but Tiki would love your opinion. Have a great day, bro.
Well, I think Mike Vrabel, because I know both of these guys. Mike Vrabel is an intimidating human being.
He's different than John Harbaugh on a lot of levels,
and he wants to be that way.
Yeah.
I remember going into production meetings with him, and he doesn't smile. He's not jovial with you. He's not, hey, how's it going? How's the family? He's none of that. He's just there to tell you what he wants to tell you and then leave, and he doesn't smile the entire time.
Do you think he would? Nah, forget it.
It's
continue on.
It is.
I'm not doing it.
His personality, his coaching style is intimidating, and that's what you get. John Harbaugh, however, is very personable. I think he has and spends lots of effort in developing a relationship with his players. And he's not your on top of you, let's call it helicopter coaching, details like Tom Coughlin was, but he is a great motivator because you feel like you know him. I think he also, and this is what he was getting at, an appreciator of history. And what I mean by that is that I grew up a Redskins fan, obviously. When I came to the Giants, probably my second or third year, I started to learn and appreciate the history of the Giants and the history of the men that were there. And I was fortunate enough, Wellington was still alive, Bob Tisch, and all that history became very important to me. And it made me playing for the Giants that much more important. And I think John Harbaugh recognizes that, and that's what he's trying to teach these guys. Because they're a young team. Like, some of these kids are just like, hey, I'm happy to be, I'm in the NFL, man. I don't care what team I'm playing for. But I think what he's trying to instill is that it matters what team you play for and the history of that team. And there's a chance, if you're good enough, you're going to be stamped as a historic piece of the history of that team. Like, that became a motivation for me. And it's one of the reasons why I never wanted to leave. So I think it's just different. It's different than what Vrabel is trying to do or what he did last year. And it's more in line with the personality of the man, the leader that John Harbaugh has been.
Well, think about
the New York Giants.
Think about, I'll name you 3 or 4 great head coaches, right? You've got Bill Belichick, you got Mike Vrabel, you have Pete Carroll, you have John Harbaugh. They're all very successful. They've all won to different levels. Obviously, Bill's the best. Andy Reid, will include him.
Right.
Their personalities, all those guys I mentioned, could not be more different.
Right.
Mike Vrabel is the intimidator you talked about. Bill Belichick is the attention to detail curmudgeon. Pete Carroll wants to play you one-on-one basketball.
Yes.
Andy Reid is Santa Claus. And John Harbaugh, if I had to define him, is kind of a mix of Pete Carroll and Andy Reid in that he's a conversational players coach who's not...
He's going to work you hard, though.
But he probably, sneakily work you hard, even if the personality doesn't come across like Belichick. And I bet she's attention to detail like Belichick, but isn't the same like...
Right.
And
I think Bill Belichick is he's just antisocial.
Yeah. And that, by the way, it all works.
I don't think he likes people.
All the guys that we mentioned are great head coaches on different levels, right? They're all Hall of Famers, I think. I think all those guys are Hall of Fame head coaches.
Yep.
Pete Carroll, despite the way it's kind of ended for him,
even though
Hall
we're
of Famer.
finding it's impossible to get into the Hall of Fame.
Well, when I say Hall of Famer, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Hall of Fame quality, worthy players.
Yeah.
Because Tom Coughlin's Hall of Fame worthy and should be.
You're a Hall of Fame running back. You may
not.
not be in the museum yet,
Right.
but we people know what we mean when we say that.
Right.
So all those head coaches, even if none of them are in yet, are all Hall of Fame quality, and they're all very different.
Yes.
And so saying, well, John Harbaugh wasn't like Mike Vrabel. Well, no kidding.
Of course.
They're very different.
Right. And why would he want to be like Mike Vrabel? Because he's not Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
He's John Harbaugh.
I think Andy Reid and Bill Belichick, because they're like the top of the mountain. Like the other guys, no offense to John Harbaugh, he's a great head coach. He's not Bill Belichick.
No.
I don't think he's Andy Reid.
No, of course
But he's
not.
on that next level of really, really good head coaches. So let's take Andy Reid and Bill Belichick.
Yeah, he's
'cause I think
really good. Those other two you were talking about, Belichick and Reid, are great.
All-timers.
All great head coaches.
Absolutely. They are so different. So we wouldn't say, why isn't this guy like that guy?
Right.
Well, because the personalities are just completely different. And John Harbaugh, and as we're going to get to learn more about him, we all know the resume and we've seen him from afar. I would describe his style as conversationally X's and O's, player friendly.
Yes.
That's my description. And look, I said it the day he got hired. I'll say it again. I don't think we pulled the audio to play this game today, but maybe another day. He sounds just like Joe Biden. And take your politics aside, just like when we played the Trump clip earlier, take your politics. It has nothing to do with politics.
Right.
It has to do with sounds and what they say.
Right.
Biden and Harbaugh sound like the same guy. Though someone sent me a clip of Hunter Biden, Joe's son,
and
doing an interview. He sounds like John Harbaugh. It may be more Hunter with John than it is Joe with John.
Hope he's a better coach than Hunter.
You're going to, why, was Hunter a coach? I know he did like drugs and such, but I don't think he was a coach. Was he a Little League coach?
You could let the joke just sit there, Evan.
Oh, well, the joke doesn't make sense.
I botched it again.
Whatever.
Well, football fans, you've waited all spring for it. A very popular educational segment called New Team Who Dis will be starting momentarily, where we relearn where players are now playing football this season. But first, it's time for the Yankee turning point of the game. We'll do game 2. And the first call to correctly identify the turning point of game 2 at 866-540-WFAN will receive a $100 Wendy's gift card from our friends at Wendy's. Eat great even late at Wendy's, and your flagship station for Yankee baseball, The Fan.
If you're looking to level up your wardrobe, check out Collars & Co. You might have seen them on Shark Tank, where they landed a deal with Mark Cuban. They're the team behind the dress collar polo that sold over 1 million shirts. Well, now they've launched the Maverick Performance Blazer. And this thing is legit. Sharp, lightweight, and completely wrinkle resistant, making it perfect for travel. Just back it up and it comes out looking fresh. Get smart features like security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So hit up my friends over at collarsandco.com. Use code Tiki for 20% off. Or if you want to go feel the merchandise yourself, they have a brand new boutique up on 182 Columbus Avenue. That's 68th and Columbus. It's fantastic. Go check it out. I was in there yesterday to pick up some fresh new digs. That's collarsandco.com. Check them out.
This portion of the program is sponsored by Surfside Iced Tea and Lemonades Plus Vodka. It's not a seltzer, it's a Surfside.
There's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka to break the heat. Surfside is only 100 calories and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Must be 21, please drink responsibly.
Orgavatazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
BetMGM Sportsbook knows baseball season is in full swing, and BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball, is giving players another reason to watch their favorite team. Make every strikeout, stolen base, and home run mean even more with an odds boost token. It's easy to use. All you have to do to take your extra shot at extra winnings is log into your existing BetMGM account. Then, make any qualifying MLB bet and activate your token. If your bet wins, you'll receive extra winnings. Ready to take your excitement into extra innings? Log into BetMGM to get your MLB odds boost token and give your next baseball bet a boost. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Existing customer offer subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 1 to 7 days.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Living in the city that never sleeps, you need a powerful home connection that keeps pace with your midnight grind. Keep your connection as legendary as the city itself. If you're a Verizon mobile customer, switch to Fios Home Internet and get reliable 100% fiber optic speed for just $20 a month. It's high-speed fiber dependability for less than a week of subway rides. Visit Verizon.com and switch today. Availability varies for Fios customers with AutoPay, Mobile Plus Home, and bonus discount. Enrollment required. One offer per eligible account. Additional terms apply. Limited time offer.
Operating engineers Local 825 are the men and women who make our region move. So whether it's roads, bridges, or our favorite team stadium, they build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure we rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build both New York and New Jersey.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
That'll be $84.52.
Perfect. Grab the bags, honey.
Mom, why do you always check your phone before we pay?
I'm just claiming my cash back on the Upside app. Since we're getting the groceries here and we filled up the car on the way, I've already earned enough this morning to pay for that pizza night we're having Friday.
Wait, so the app pays for pizza?
Not exactly, but the cash I earn on stuff we need helps us pay for the stuff we want. It's just a little win for our family every week.
Get more out of your everyday. Upside is the free app that gets you cash back on routine purchases like gas, groceries, and dining out at more than 100,000 locations nationwide. No points, no rebates, just cash back straight to your wallet. Download the free Upside app and use promo code WINNER to get a $5 bonus on your first purchase. That's promo code WINNER to get a $5 bonus. Remember, use promo code WINNER.
Offers vary by user and location at participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
John Montone, right now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, we have a full lineup of new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokees.
Todd, I'm digging the refreshed look, new tech features, and that powerful new engine.
And during the Make This a Summer event happening at Ramsey, let your summer thrills begin with a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo Altitude 4x4. Leased for $379 a month for 36 months.
Or drive off in a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Limited 4x4. Lease for just $399 a month for 36 months.
Both offers with just $48.88 due at signing and 0% APR financing for 36 months.
So head to Ramsey and make this the summer before these deals fall away. Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
Exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Call 833-853-2969 for details. Tax, title, registration extra. $0 security deposit. VIN number TC258760 and T8564639. 0% APR. $27.78 per month for $1,000 finance. Ends 8/3/26.
This summer, cool down with Dunkin' Refreshers. Sip on a black cherry or try the all-new pink pineapple. Or try one of their flavorful fan favorites like mango pineapple and strawberry dragon fruit. All of them are ice cold and refreshing. Dunkin' Refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. A whole lot of flavor and very refreshing. It's a sip of summer, only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Refreshers are fruit-flavored, contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Terms and exclusions may apply.
At Town Fair Tire, New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer, you get it all. The guaranteed lowest price, the most free services, and we accept all valid rebates from any manufacturer and from our competition. Yes, we accept them all, even competitor rebates. Town Fair Tire, New England's largest discount tire dealer, now with over 120 stores from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
If you're tired of dealing with dummies every time you shop for a car, I get it. All the games they play, the back and forth, it's brutal. Well, the team over at Route 22 Toyota seem to have it figured out. They're real people who have made the entire process of buying a car simple and that smart. Plus, they're easy to get to, right on Route 22 in Hillside, New Jersey, and they're always on the money with incredible deals on their huge selection of new and used Toyota. So remember, if you're tired of dealing with dummies, get over to Route 22 Toyota and experience the smart way to buy your next vehicle.
The conversation never stops on The Carton Show. Join Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle weekdays from 2 to 7. Call 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
Where was I? Hold on. The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. Hey, we may have some clarity on what has taken LeBron James so long to make a decision. Kevin O'Connor, according to his report last night, LeBron is hoping a team he is trying to sign with could swing a trade to acquire Anthony Davis or Kyrie Irving, as likely as that may be. So more pig stuff from LeBron. Well, this Fan Focus sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire.
His first championship was with Kyrie Irving.
Yeah. No, it was with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh.
In Cleveland was with Kyrie Irving.
Yes.
So that means he's going back to Cleveland.
If Cleveland trades for him, someone's got to trade for him.
They're all going to trade for. They're going to get LeBron and then trade for Kyrie Irving.
I mean, they could
run it back.
That would be pretty cool. But I think what LeBron is saying is, I don't care where I go trade for Kyrie and AD. That's how I'll pick you. So you know what? Want to hear the funniest thing that one could do?
Those are the non-Heedle players he won championships
That's
with.
right. I have a funny idea. I got a crazy idea. What if the Nets use their cap space to trade back for Kyrie? We get LeBron.
Can you imagine?
That'd be funny. Nah, I'm kidding. Anyhow, there you go. So the NFL season starts in about a month and a half. And what's funny about off seasons in sports is that when the off season occurs, we get so excited about free agent moves and trades.
It happens real quickly.
Happens real quick. And then you forget because it's been a long time.
Right.
Like, think about when NFL free agency occurred. It was all the way back in March. Here we are 3+ months later, and you forget where guys are. So we have this long-running segment here on Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash in which we hope to entertain you, but really we hope to educate you.
Yeah, and you can play along.
Absolutely.
No, you can't call and pick, but you can play along in your car.
Here's how you play in your car.
It's like watching Jeopardy. I know
That's
that
right.
answer.
That's right. Here's how you play. First of all, the name of the game is New Team Who Dis.
New team who dis. New team who dis.
We will name a player who is on a new team. And you will guess what team is he on. Because it's easy to forget.
Can I log a pre-game protest?
A protest?
Yes. So we have these the screen that's going to be our buzzer. Evan has his right on his desk. It sits right in front of. If you're watching us on YouTube, he can punch a thing and Tiki's in a rabbit hole, or Sean Morash is scared, or whatever the hell.
I'll pick one randomly right now. Let's see what it is.
My Washington Commanders.
Al Cintron. Exactly.
Let me try something else.
I don't have a problem with anything Aaron Boone did.
Oh, okay.
My screen does not reach my standing table.
And that's your buzzer.
That's my buzzer. And where this little button is that I have to push is way in the like I have to get down there my mic to hit it.
I have a great idea.
Go ahead.
We will switch spots, okay?
Oh,
so
okay.
you could have access to your buzzer.
Right.
Okay.
Because the way this game is going to be played, and we will try to do this every Thursday right around this time, is I will name a football player, okay, who is on a new team. Tiki has a sound effect that represents him. Sean has a sound effect that represents him. Whoever buzzes in first, I as the judge.
Tiki, I saw you carry a ball over here once.
Is that your sound
That's
effect?
mine. You moved it, Sean. You are good at your job, dude.
You know, I'm very sneakily good.
I love you, bro.
Thank you. I love you
You're
too,
awesome.
Tiki.
Now I can win this game.
Now,
Ooga chaka, ooh.
that is the clip Sean will play when he wants to answer it. And what was your clip again? Let me hear that one more time.
Tiki, I saw you carry a ball over here once.
Is that Tom Coughlin?
I think it is. He was the one. He's the one that changed it.
Can I, before we play the game?
Yes.
Just curious, why are we changing the rules compared to how we used to play?
I don't even remember the rules. It was a long time ago.
So outside
New
of-
Team Who Dis is like a biannual game show. It's not like it's frequent.
So traditionally the rules are, me and Tiki didn't need a button because it got overcomplicated when we had those buttons last year, and you just alternated. Tiki, you go for this one. You have a chance to
new
steal.
rules. It's 2026. We're going to try the buzzer.
New rules. What year is this?
What year this?
The beautiful thing is, and I've accepted this, you have ideas. Sometimes they don't work, and that's totally okay. If the buzzer idea doesn't work, we will pivot. Let's just do like a fake example to see how it sounds.
Okay.
I'm
Doesn't
going to
count.
name this. No, it's not even going to be a football player. I'm going to name like a personality that's at a different place now, and you'll tell me where they are.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go with Ryan Clark.
Tiki, I saw you carry a ball over here once.
Now that was clearly Sean. So Sean, where's Ryan Clark now?
On Twitter.
Okay.
Does that count?
Yeah.
You get a buzzer.
I think he has a podcast.
Pivot podcast.
Yeah. So clearly Sean buzzed in first.
Yes.
Does that sound okay?
He got it right. Yeah. Even though mine was more detailed.
All right.
I just wasn't sure if that podcast was owned by ESPN.
I have no idea.
I hear he's going to be on a game.
Is he going to be on what game?
An HBCU game.
Oh, good. Good for him.
Okay, good.
Which
That's
is kind
great.
of crazy.
I wasn't trying to be a jerk to Ryan Clark. I was just trying to think of something to use as an example.
That's pertinent. That's recent, though.
Are we good with the buzzers?
I think we are.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a new year, and it's time for New Team Who Dis.
New team who dis. New team who dis. New team who dis. New team who dis.
New Team Who Dis. All right.
I'm keeping. I gotta audit this real quick.
Yes.
We have an intern here, Ethan. Please make sure he's not looking these things up.
Dude, here's the thing with the buzzer.
Are you accusing Sean of cheating before we even started?
He's got like 6 screens in front of him.
I'm keeping a close watch on Sean, but I will be on Team Morash today. So if I know the answer, we'll be communicating.
No, you can't do that. Then it's 2-on-1.
I don't want help.
I don't know. Bring it on. I faced 2 defenders at one time. You know what I'll do? I'll set you up and split both of you.
Damn.
All right.
Damn. All right, what's your last question before we get started?
I know I didn't have a question. I was going to say, by the fact that I have to hit the buzzer, it's going to leave me way less time to look up anything.
That's a good point.
That's a good point. That's why we did the buzzer idea. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it's not.
We are going to start in what I like to call the easy category because I've categorized players, and I know it's July 23rd. Training camp hasn't even started. You got to flex these muscles. So we are going to start with the stars. Let us start with Myles Garrett.
Ooga chugga, ooga chugga, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Sean Morash clearly picked it first.
Rams.
You are correct.
Good job, Sean.
Look at you. Very excited for you. All right. You got that one right. 1 for 1. Was that too easy?
I mean, that was the biggest move of the offseason.
All right. Then why didn't you buzz?
Because I don't know.
All right. Trey Hendrickson.
Ooga chugga, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh, boy, Tiki. You're struggling hitting
He
that
was
buzzer.
the Ravens replacement for Mason Crosby.
There you go. 2 for 2 for Sean Morash.
You're just stupid.
You all right there over there,
No,
Tiki?
I'm not.
What is your issue? Is it the buzzer?
I just can't think of it.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough. As long as he's not complaining about the buzzer. We're starting easy, and so far Sean is dominating. This one's good for Tiki. Kenneth Walker.
Tiki, I saw you carry the ball over here.
There you go.
Kansas City Chiefs.
All right, you guys are sweeping the easy category, all right? I give you one more easy one before we start to advance. Next up, Jalen Waddle.
Tiki, I saw you carry the ball over here.
Tiki, it's yours.
Patriots.
That is incorrect. I apologize.
So stupid.
This is a good one. Wow. This was like the first big trade that broke.
I know.
Look at this.
Wow.
New team who dis.
Where is Jalen Waddle, the former Miami Dolphin?
New team who dis.
Even when he says it, I'm not going to know.
Do I lose for guessing?
I put that in the easy category.
Where is it?
The answer is the Denver Broncos.
That's right.
We were looking for the Denver Broncos.
That still doesn't even register.
Wow.
That was like the first thing that
I
happened
know,
this
but
offseason.
I don't even remember that.
So the way I did this is I have a stars category, I have a mid category, and then I have a former local category and a quarterback category.
Okay.
I had Jalen Waddle in the stars category. So
I mean, he's a star.
Okay.
That's a good one. By the way, Jalen Waddle's like the definition of why you play this game.
Yes.
So much has happened since.
And here's the beauty of this game. And again,
including the draft and everything else.
I hope it's entertaining. That's obviously the number one thing we hope for. That's up to the individual. But this is educational. Like you are learning football right now because most people completely forgot where these guys went. Are you ready for another player?
Yes.
Tiki, I saw you carry the ball over here once.
Sorry.
What?
Sorry. By the way, I see pictures now before Tom Coughlin, and every time someone has me sign a picture or a card, I'm like, that was my bad ball security days.
Oh, you can tell?
Oh, dude, it's the ball's like down here.
That's right.
Oh, wow. Okay.
About that. All right, next up, Mike Evans.
Tiki, I saw you carry the ball over here
Oh, that was very close. My ears tell me Tiki got it first.
San Francisco 49ers.
You are correct. Mike Evans is now a member of the San Francisco 49ers. The score is 2-2. Am I right, intern? Because are you keeping track?
He has a name, Evan.
I apologize. What's your name again, pal?
Ethan.
Ethan, can you do me a favor? Because I'm bad with numbers. Keep track of the score.
I got you. It's 2-2. We're all tied up.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. All right. We now move. Actually, one more star player.
Okay.
I've got one more star. A.J. Brown.
Ooga chugga, ooga chugga, ooh, ooh, ooh.
All right, Sean got in just below quickly.
Patriots.
You are correct. New England Patriots, 3-2. All right. Let me move to the former local category.
Okay.
Zach Wilson.
Ooga chugga, ooga chugga, ooh, ooh, ooh.
That was very close. I think, Tiki, you got that, though.
New Orleans Saints.
You are correct. Wow. You knew that too, Sean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kellen Moore.
What's the score now?
I think we talked about it.
3-3. We got a game 7.
We got a game. Damn. You guys want to do best of 7, or are we good with
7 works.
Okay, so this is it.
All right.
This is for all the marbles.
Let's go, Sean.
I am going to put this in the quarterback category. Gardner Minshew.
Ooga chugga, ooh, ooh, ooh.
That is Sean Morash.
Oh, my God. I think my guess is wrong, but I'm going to guess it anyway.
Well, hold on. Go ahead. What is your guess?
I want to say the Minnesota Vikings.
You're wrong.
Damn it. Now I just realized.
So stupid.
The Chargers.
So stupid.
Oh, we are stupid. Go ahead, Ethan.
Ethan wants to steal.
I've got the Cardinals.
You are correct, sir.
That's right.
It is the Arizona Cardinals, which means we need another choice for our 7th game. So I will take you.
A game 8.
A game 8. I will take you in this
it
category.
Ended in a tie, as Aaron Boone wanted us.
Yeah, we're not ending this in a tie. We need a winner today. I will take you to the former local player category. John Franklin Myers.
Ooga chugga, ooga chugga, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Sean Morash for the win.
Anytime you mention a former Jet, he signed with the Titans.
You are correct.
Blowing and sucking.
Very good. Yes, John Franklin Myers, now a member of the Tennessee Titans.
By the way, former player category, almost all of them are Titans.
They all
Giants and Jets.
Yeah, Wandale Robinson. Like everybody is.
Daniel Bellinger, Cordell Flott.
100%.
By the way, you're not that far off. Like, I wouldn't say it's all of them, but definitely
it's a lot of them.
A decent amount of the former locals are going to the Tennessee Titans. All right, congratulations, Sean Morash. You won day 1 of New Team Who Dis. How do you feel? How do you feel?
I feel like proud. I feel very proud.
Yeah, I don't think you guys embarrassed yourself.
No, the Waddle one is going to bother me all day, though. I forgot about Waddle.
And that was the first one.
You know what the problem is? I didn't forget where Waddle went. I forgot Waddle existed. I think there's a big difference there.
I admit, as I was doing my research on this and I got to Jalen Waddle, I played the game myself, like, where is he? And I could not figure it out. Like, I completely forgot that he ended up with the Denver Broncos. Now, the bad news for you fellas is that was considered easy.
Oh, jeez.
So things are going to get more challenging as the Thursdays roll on. And the thought is this will get not only you guys, but the audience ready for the start of the football season.
Right. And training camps opened yesterday, correct?
In a way, like rookies show up. Does that count?
Well, rookies for the teams that are playing in the Hall of Fame game.
No. Hold on. Rookies, a lot of places, include the Giants rookies today. The veterans yesterday reported for Carolina and for whoever.
Arizona.
Yes, Arizona.
Yeah, the two. That's probably how we knew Gardner Minshew. Because he reported to training camp.
Oh, I should have known that because Carson Beck signed his contract yesterday, too.
By the way, he played in college last year. If you played New Team Who Dis for Carson Beck, I would also have not gotten the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, we now live in a world in which we can play New Team Who Dis with college players.
Yes.
Right? Certainly possible. So next Thursday, we'll up it up a little bit and we'll see if Tiki can get his revenge. But you know what? It was a very competitive game.
Yes, it was.
So credit to both. More of your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. And we've talked a lot about the trade deadline and who the Yankees should target. Does it actually make sense for the Mets to not trade Freddie Peralta? We'll discuss coming up. It's Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash till 2 o'clock.
With the warm months here, it's time for a healthier you. My good buddy, John Gallucci Jr., CEO of JAG Physical Therapy, always tells me how important it is to focus on your biomechanical chain to reduce injuries. Well, now is the time for you and your loved ones to turn to JAG to get stronger and function at a higher level. The dedicated team of physical therapists at JAG Physical Therapy will develop a plan specifically for you to help prevent injuries. And if you have an existing injury, their expertise and commitment will help you get back the life you love. Schedule your appointment today at jagpt.com. That's JAGPT.com.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you, at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
And it is that time. Call now and be caller number 4 at 866-540-WFAN. That's 866-540-9326 for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Young Thug at Summer Stage at Central Park on September 13th from our friends at Live Nation. To purchase tickets, visit Ticketmaster.com. Tune in tomorrow to the Carton Show at 3 p.m. for another chance to win. And this portion of the program is sponsored by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
This Odyssey Sports Minute is sponsored by Prevagen. Prevagen, made for your brain. And if you had a brain, you would know that there is no quarterback competition in Minnesota with the Vikings between Kyler Murray and J.J. McCarthy. The Vikings can say whatever they want. It's going to be Kyler Murray as the starting quarterback for Minnesota this season. And when Minnesota declares Murray the starter, I'll pick them to win the NFC North. I'm Nick Costos.
When you first saw her, she was out walking her dog. You didn't notice her at first. But when you finally did, it was too late. Because at that moment, you were speeding. She was out walking her dog and only had a second to let go of the leash. Your foot was on the gas, and her life was on the line. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Sunny and pleasant, high 82.
Weather brought to you by Duke's Mayo. Welcome to Duke's Mayo Country, where the mayo is so smooth and creamy, it makes every bite better. Duke's Mayo. Look for the yellow lid.
When you own your own business, you own every decision.
Catch the red eye or take the 6 a.m.
Make a new hire or promote internally.
Celebrate a win with the toast at the gate or unwind at the lounge. Big props to this team.
Some decisions are a win-win, like earning 8 times points on Chase Travel. Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business, the business card that gives back all you put in. Visit chase.com/reserve business to learn more. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Oh, hey, how was your vacation on MSC Cruises?
It wasn't just a vacation. It was a...
What's the difference?
It's a... Holiday. Because there's European style and American comfort.
Does that happen every time you say that?
I don't know. But on... Holiday. There's fresh made pasta, and you can cheer on your favorite team at the sports bar.
No, I want to go on.
For a limited time, get up to 30% off cruises, plus get up to $500 onboard credit and kids sail free. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Orgavattazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Fans, arrive early at Yankee Stadium on Saturday, August 8th for the 78th Annual Old Timers Day presented by Fresh Direct. See Yankees legends put on the pinstripes again and take the field at Yankee Stadium. Relive memories of your favorite former Yankees and make new memories with your family. After the Old Timers Day ceremony and game conclude, stick around to see your Bronx Bombers take on Atlanta. Get your Saturday, August 8th Old Timers Day tickets presented by Fresh Direct at yankees.com/tickets today.
Accident victims, this is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. What do you think matters most when you have to hire the right lawyer? Experience? Well, I've been doing this for 35 years, and I've handled tens of thousands of cases and recovered hundreds of millions of dollars for people just like you. To me, what matters most is that I actually care. I'm going to make sure you have a say in what happens with your case. You, me, and our entire team of over 50 trained professionals are going to fight together to get you every dollar you deserve. Because for me, it's personal. Your pain has a price, and we're going to make sure the insurance company pays. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey, and we'll come to you 24/7. So give me a call today at 888-24-LAW-24. That's 888-24-LAW-24, and ask for me, John D'Agostino. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
New Game Plus with Oxy makes your laundry smell incredible and fights stubborn smells.
Like the ones your dog Biscuit brought into your freshly made bed last night. But you washed that all away with Gain. And now you're drifting asleep to the scent and sound of waves. Ah, nope. That's the dog licking your ear.
Biscuit.
It just might be our greatest scent ever. Now with odor fighting power. New Gain Plus with Oxy.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter.
Talk sports with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle on The Carton Show. Afternoons from 2 to 7 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
We approach noon here on this Thursday, a day where luckily we get a break from the local baseball teams. Mets are off. Yankees are off. Yankees head to Philadelphia to take on the Phillies. A great opportunity to visit that ballpark. I may not like Philadelphia. I may not like their franchises or their fans or their people, but I am a big fan of Citizens Bank Ballpark. So as a Yankee fan, if you have not been there, great opportunity. Friday night, Saturday, even Sunday night, they're the NBC game again as the Yankees take on the Phillies. And the Mets take on the LA Dodgers. And I know what the Dodgers are going to do. It's a troll move, but it's going to happen. And I do admit it personally affects me because many, many months ago, I incorrectly on the radio said that Edwin Diaz was going to re-sign with the Mets in the next few hours. I thought it was a prediction. Some took it as me trying to break news. Either way, I was wrong. And Tiki punished me by saying I forever, during the life of Edwin Diaz's contract, have to wear an L whenever the Mets play the LA Dodgers. But he put one caveat in. He said if he's on the injured list, you wouldn't have to wear the L.
Because they played them a couple weeks ago, and you didn't have to wear it because...
No, they played them in April, and I did have to wear it.
But didn't they? I thought they played a...
No.
Oh, no. We were speculating about...
We were speculating, yes.
Right.
They played in April in Los Angeles, and I wore it for those 4 days.
Yes.
I did it every day. He's been on the IL for a while. He's on rehab assignment. And the Dodgers have put out there that it's possible he gets activated this weekend at Citi Field. And I know that they will because the Dodgers like to troll the Mets. Mm-hmm. Remember what they did back in L.A.? What did they do? They did something to taunt the Mets.
It was the music or something, wasn't it?
They did something. I don't remember what it was.
I think it was the music. But the question will be, because this is his first time back?
Of course.
Is he getting a tribute video?
He absolutely will.
Yeah.
Much lesser Mets have gotten tribute videos.
Yeah.
And I said this last night on the Rico, and I stand by this, and I know that some Met fans may give me crap, but again, I just have to be honest. I'm not going to be at Friday's game. I'm going to be at Saturday's game. But if I was at Friday's game and I was there for the tribute, I would actually cheer him.
Of course.
I think Edwin Diaz was a very, very good New York Met.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit earlier. He played 7 years here.
Yeah.
And he was great for most of it.
I cannot let his departure define him. I don't think that's the way we should be as fans. Now, you have a right to do whatever the hell you want. I'm sure there will be Met fans that boo him. But ask yourself this to my fellow Met fans. You guys gave Jeff McNeil a standing ovation upon his return in the month of April.
Well, he had some great years here.
So did Edwin Diaz.
Of course.
Who was a better Met, Jeff McNeil or Edwin Diaz? It's close, by the way. McNeil was a good Met. But the answer is Edwin Diaz.
It is, but I think what you're likely to get is a Devin Williams chance.
Why would you do that?
Because you signed Devin Williams without his knowledge, which it pissed him off, and he went to L.A.
Oh, so you want to taunt Edwin Diaz by chanting Devin Williams' name?
No.
I'm confused.
You're taunting Steve Cohen and David Stearns.
Oh.
By chanting Devin Williams whenever Edwin Diaz comes in.
I don't think that's a taunt. That's just weird.
Well, they did it with Pete Alonso.
But they chanted Pete Alonso, not Devin Williams' name.
I know, but it's like the instead. I mean, maybe they chant Edwin Diaz.
Tiki, I love you, and I think you're a very smart guy.
Here's what they do.
This one's weird.
They chant Edwin Diaz when Devin Williams comes in the game.
Well, that would then be attacking the front office.
That's a taunt.
But I don't think Met fans, it's weird. When it comes to Alonso and it comes to Nimmo, it is more viewed as anger at the Mets for the decisions they made.
Yes.
When it comes to Diaz, the anger is at Diaz.
Is it?
Yes, which is why I think I'll be in the minority in ones that would cheer Edwin Diaz upon his return. I think more people than not are going to boo him because they took that move as being about Diaz more than the Mets.
So who do you blame, though? Because no matter how you look at it, it feels like, at least from what was said at the time, that Edwin Diaz got upset, maybe not catalyzed to sign with the Dodgers, but he got upset because they signed Devin Williams. And that was to be his setup, man.
That was an accusation, or at least a report, that was a part of Edwin Diaz's issues. But we don't know if that's true.
We don't know if it's true, but I feel like that's the narrative.
Okay.
I think they're tied in some. The signings of Devin Williams here with the Mets and then Edwin Diaz subsequently going to the Dodgers feels like they're tied together. And so are you mad at Edwin Diaz? Or are you mad at the process that the Mets went through and their re-signing attempts of Edwin Diaz?
Yeah, so to me, I don't even think I'm mad anymore about the Edwin Diaz stuff because
he hasn't played at all really this year. He's been hurt. And
he hasn't pitched well.
Right.
He hasn't pitched. Devin Williams, I think, has actually been better than his stats will tell you. I don't think he's been a problem this season, even though some of his blown saves have been horrific.
Right.
Like, do not get me wrong.
Part of that
has been great.
Yeah, and part of those are on the errors because you know who Devin Williams is. As soon as something goes just a little bit awry, you can't get it back.
I just don't view the Diaz departure as debilitating as the other things. Really, the Alonso stuff.
No, you're right.
So I'm not angry about Edwin Diaz not being a Met anymore. I was at the time, obviously. I'm not now.
Right. How many save opportunities would he have had if he was with the Mets?
Right. And by the way, he would have been involved in the illegal cockfighting ring, and Rob Manfred wouldn't be taking a blind eye the way he has right now with the Dodgers.
You know why?
Because they're the Dodgers.
Because it's New York instead of Los Angeles.
Right. The Dodgers are a magical team. Like I can't wait for Major League Baseball to tell the FBI, stop the investigation on the Dodgers ownership. Don't do that. I'm just obviously kidding, but you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
But if I had to blame somebody for what went wrong with the negotiations, to me, I'd put it more on the Mets. Like they needed to be more aggressive in trying to bring him back. But I'm at the point now where when a guy comes back, I just want to say thank you for your time here. I can't relitigate what happened in December.
I can see that.
Nor do I want to. So I'm only one person. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow night at Citi Field. My guess is he's going to get booed. My guess is he's going to be treated like this evil guy that left the Mets and didn't want to be here. I'm just telling you where I'm at in the little latter part of July is I would cheer for him. And I would say, you were a good Met. Because he was. Years from now, when I do a Rico breaking down the greatest closers in the history of the franchise, he is towards the top. Now, it sucks that they didn't win it all. He wasn't perfect. He had a lot of bad moments. But look, I love John Franco. John Franco had bad moments too. Right. I still love him. I still think he was a great Met. So I think that, to me, I'm good with Edwin Diaz. What I'm not good with is the Dodgers continuing to troll us. We already suck. We're already having an awful season. We don't need any more trolls from the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, what was the troll that they did in L.A. Earlier this year, Sean? Because I forgot, but I know that they trolled us.
Okay, so right before the game, the series, they played a little bit of a montage that included Edwin Diaz saying picking the Dodgers was easy and Dave Roberts addressing the team in the locker room saying he came here to chase a ring.
That was it. That was it. That was unnecessary to do. It's all true and fine, but they did it while the Mets were there. And so they were poking at the Mets' expense.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget back in 2000, the Yankees signed Doc Gooden to a minor league deal. And he made very few rehab starts. And coincidentally, his return to the New York Yankees in Major League Baseball occurred at Shea Stadium against the Mets. George Steinbrenner did it on purpose. That was a George Steinbrenner troll job of the New York Mets. It was obvious to everybody then, and I'll repeat it today. And I remember at the time thinking to myself, why do you need to do this? Literally, you guys, because this is 2000, you guys have just won back-to-back championships. You're the Yankees. Doc Gooden hadn't been a Met in half a decade. What was the need for George Steinbrenner? We all talk so glowingly about him, and yes, he was a great at this, great at that. Why did he need to do it? It was unnecessary. It was douchey, to be perfectly honest.
I think it was maybe just for the pop. Not the troll pop, but he's an iconic New Yorker. And so you have the Mets and the Yankees playing. Why not get a lot of energy around Doc Gooden playing against the Mets? It feels like a business decision.
What's the business decision? The game is at Shea Stadium. What's the business decision?
Just a business decision.
No, the business decision was to stick it to the Mets. And he has every right to do it. And guess what? Doc Gooden pitched well, and the Yankees won. I remember it very well. My Mets Bible. But that was a purposeful troll, which you have every right to do. The Dodgers would be purposely trolling the Mets to bring Edwin Diaz back at Citi Field. They have every right to.
Yeah, because he's been out for a long time.
It could have been any day. It could have been yesterday. Could have been against the Phillies. Like, why not against the Phillies? They're more of a rival to you than the Mets are right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I know what the Dodgers are doing. They have every right to do it. But I kind of look at it and I'm like, geez, isn't enough?
Yeah.
But my gut right now, if I had to predict the reaction tomorrow night at Citi Field, is I think he's going to get booed. The only way he gets cheered is if Met fans are just so pissed at David Stearns that they use it as an opportunity to stick it to Stearns by giving him a standing ovation.
So what does the Met fan want to do right now? Do they care enough about Edwin Diaz, or do they care about the current state of this team that was put together by David Stearns? I would bet it's the current state of this team by David Stearns.
Stearns is a moron.
Well, that's a new one.
I think that you're right in general that more people are thinking about that.
Yeah.
I just think that Edwin Diaz, and this is the one victory the Mets took this offseason, they did a good job, maybe it's because of the leaks, of vilifying Diaz. Pete Alonso was not vilified.
No.
He just isn't. Like, he wasn't. Brandon Nimmo was not vilified.
Right. He was
Edwin Diaz was vilified on the way out, and I think most Met fans still kind of suck on that, and that's why he will get booed tomorrow night.
Okay.
But I wouldn't boo him. I'm being honest with you. And if you asked me this question back in March, maybe my answer would have been different. I don't know what it is. I think the other thing I deal with as a fan when a guy comes back is I appreciate what they did. Like, at the end of the day, I try not to harp on the way it ended or the disappointment of how it ended. And I more just appreciate, hey, that was a good player. That guy made me smile more times than not when he was here. And when I look at Edwin Diaz's legacy with the Mets, I'd say there was more positive than negative, which is kind of crazy considering the way it started.
I would agree. And Edwin Diaz, he's obviously at one time was, and multiple times actually, the greatest closer in baseball.
Yeah.
And so he's not that right now at the Dodgers. So I don't know it. It almost feels like, all right, we got rid of him at the right time, or we didn't re-sign him at the right time.
Yeah, the problem with that thought is Edwin Diaz is going to be activated. I don't know how he's going to pitch, but he may pitch really well. There's a very decent chance, very decent, I should just say a very good chance, especially if you're right about something you've said for a while, that Edwin Diaz is standing on the mound and is the final image of baseball in 2026 because he's on the mound when the Dodgers win their third straight championship. Right. And if that happens, no matter what Edwin Diaz did in the regular season or didn't do in the regular season, then isn't that ultimately sticking it to you?
Yeah, because it's that was our guy from a Met fan perspective.
And there
That's
he
our
is.
guy. And there he is winning a championship someplace else.
And look, I when the playoffs start, am I going to root very, very heavily for Edwin Diaz to implode on the mound? Of course. That doesn't mean I'm rooting for the guy. I just think in one brief moment, you show appreciation for players that did good stuff for you. And sometimes we go overboard with video tributes and whatnot. It would not be overboard to say, hey, that was one of the best closers in the history of the franchise. We should appreciate it.
So now how do they do these video tributes? Because I haven't seen it at Citi Field yet. Is it when he is announced or comes into the game, or will it be before the game?
It's usually before the game. I've seen it in a couple of different occasions. I think in the case of Diaz, it'd be before the game. It'd be like right before the national anthem. They show Edwin Diaz on the scoreboard, usually watching from the bullpen or in the dugout, and then they'll play like a cute little video.
Right.
You know what the best?
So then he'll get cheered for that, and when he comes in the game, he'll get booed.
Which is that's fine. That's what you should do. Because once he's in the game, like why would you ever cheer him? But I don't know if he gets cheered during the video. I'll never forget the Islanders. The Islanders did this in the most incredible way. So John Tavares obviously goes signs with the Toronto Maple Leafs, vilified, rightfully so. He comes back, and the scene was unbelievable. This was like the most volatile crowd reaction you'll ever see. The puck touches John Tavares, and he's getting booed out of the building. And the Islanders, during one of the breaks in action, play the video because they knew they had to.
Yeah, they had to. Right.
Despite how mad we were at him, he was a very good player. Like, how can you not do it? So they do the video during one of the breaks, and it got booed out of the... I've never seen a tribute video verbally assaulted the way the John Tavares tribute video went.
And the challenge and the problem with that is that it's in the middle of a game.
Yeah, but it didn't matter when you played it. You could have played that at 2 a.m. It was going to get booed. Like, there are certain people, I don't know what happened when LeBron came back the first time to Cleveland, but I would assume they gave him a tribute video. I don't even remember. It was so long ago. I assume they gave him a tribute video, and the crowd booed him.
Right. Do you know, Ethan?
Yeah, they gave him his first time back to Cleveland.
First time back.
But it was almost out of control from the crowd. Not just boos, signs, posters, chants.
Right, because of how he left.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
he
no
set
one was
everybody
hated
up
more.
to bated breath, just waiting. And then he's like, peace out. See you guys.
And it's one of those things, I compare it to Tavares in this regard. LeBron James and John Tavares needed tribute videos. It would almost be embarrassing to not have a video for them. But rightfully so, the fans are going to boo the crap out of it. Like, no one's standing there and cheering. Because I think Tavares and LeBron, those two examples, are just so much more extreme than Edwin Diaz signing with the Dodgers.
Because they were iconic to the franchise.
Yeah.
They were part of the history of the franchise.
I would assume Durant back in Oklahoma City would kind of fit that bill, too. Where there would be, you got to play a video, got to tribute him, but there's no one in the building that's cheering him despite how well that guy played for you.
Do we know how KD was?
In OKC?
Yeah.
I assume it's going to be the same thing Ethan described about LeBron. I don't remember.
I mean, it happened, didn't it?
Of course it happened.
Yeah. Was he with Golden State?
2017, yeah.
So
he left to go to the...
He definitely had to get booed. He had to.
But you have to also do a video.
Of course.
There's certain guys where, like, if you don't, it's just, you're disrespectful. Did you do a video for Cano when he came back, Sean?
I don't remember, man. That kind of feels like pre-video tributes when Cano came back.
Yeah, it was taking out an ad in the newspapers and nowadays sending a social media post thanking the team. It was pre all that stuff.
Did you guys do a video for Juan Soto or no? I forgot.
Oh, do we love Soto?
No, right?
No, I don't think
He's wonderful.
Remember, because we talked about it. And
no, they didn't do a video.
I implored everyone to
turn their backs.
Not boo, just stand up and turn your back.
And
Which
the bleachers did that.
They did at one point. Yeah, when he first came up, there were lots of boos.
Yeah.
And then they turned their back. They did everything with Soto.
And LeBron tipped his cap. I mean, not LeBron. Soto tipped his cap.
He did. He had fun with it. Anyhow, let's get back to your phone calls and then a little bit on Freddie Peralta and the idea that the Mets actually shouldn't trade him at the trade deadline. Let's go to Joe. Joe is in Warren. What's up, Joe?
What's up, Joe? What's up, Evan T? How you guys doing?
All's well.
All's well. Hear me out on this. I think the biggest guy the Yankees need to really go after is Arise in San Fran. He's batting .320. His OPP is .360. I can't tell you the last time the Yankees had a leadoff guy that could compliment Judge as well as soon as he gets back.
Where would you play him? Where would you play him in the field?
Where would you play him in the field? I would put him at second. Jazz is very familiar with playing shortstop. It's where he came up as a rookie with the Marlins. And, like, if he wants to be the superstar that he thinks he is, and I think he can be, I think shortstop's a great place for him.
The problem with the idea, I hate to cut you off, but there was a lot of feedback. You are now taking a key player on your team and putting him completely out of position. Because even though Jazz came up as a shortstop, he has not played shortstop in a half a decade. And so for a fan base...
But do you think he could do it? Because he did come here a couple years ago and was right at third, immediately at third.
Yes.
And he held his own defensively.
Do I think he could play shortstop?
I think he
could play it. It's just at a terrible level. That is one of the most difficult
positions. You don't know that, though.
I'm pretty confident. It's one of the most difficult positions to play. You're going to tell me you're going to stick a guy who hasn't played shortstop in 6 years and he's older?
But did he probably played shortstop his whole life? And then he moved to wherever the Miami Marlins played him, obviously in the outfield some, but mostly at second base. He feels like a player who can play everywhere.
I think that would be a terrible idea.
I mean, it might be, but if you get a guy who's got a high on-base percentage, he's constantly on base, he creates scoring opportunities, etc.
No, I love Arise. The problem is, here's the issue.
And you need a shortstop. And if you're not ready to commit, as we talked about to start the show, to bring up George Lombard Jr., isn't that a viable solution?
I don't believe it's viable only for this reason. Jazz Chisholm hasn't played shortstop since 2021. He's played 46 games at shortstop in his major league career. I don't think you can do that on an everyday basis. You want to shift him over there for an inning or two, fine. He's shortstop. The better alternative is he plays third base, which he obviously did a little bit last year and the year before that. And you just go back to the third base thing. But even then, you're going back to something that Yankee fans hate, which is playing guys out of position.
Right. And the only reason we hated it was because it was so bad defensively. And it felt like you were weak at both of the positions because you had one guy out of position. Just put one guy out of position and be deficient at one position as opposed to multiple positions.
So that's the
But
issue.
I don't think that won't be the case. It'll be more just one guy out of position.
Right. But the problem with Arise is, even though his defensive metrics have been good this year, he's not a good defender. Like, one of the knocks on Luis Arise, who's been talked about for years, is he puts the bat on the ball, he hits for a high batting average. Nobody could deny that, and it's a unique skill set in 2026. There are not a lot of guys who do that. He hits for 0 power, he has 0 speed, and up until this season, the analytics have said he's a bad defender. So, honestly, he doesn't have a lot of tools. He's got a tool that we very rarely see, like the dodo bird, so we get excited, but he doesn't do those other things. That's always been the problem with Luis Arise.
Yeah.
Is that worth having a player who does one thing well and doesn't really do anything else well?
On this team, they need contact like that.
I would generally agree with you, and I would still be intrigued by getting him. But the negative is you're putting somebody out of position.
You're right.
So
you're right.
weakening your defense. And from a fan base that looks back at 2024 and cites all the time, typical Yankees, guys out of position. They were in vogue doing that before the Mets ever started doing it.
Sure. But again,
are you now willing to do it again?
They did not lose the World Series because Jazz Chisholm was a third baseman in 2024. That was not part of the defensive
Do you
problem.
want me to find audio of you bitching about Chisholm playing third base?
Actually,
that happened last year.
Timeout. Yes, I bitched when he was going back and forth last year. I actually praised him in 2024 when Glaber refused to move his lazy ass over there, right? Remember that? And we called him lazy, which was unfair because I love Glaber. But that's what we said, and he wasn't. And it was Jazz who went there. Now, real quickly, Ethan, our intern who ends next week, he's got to apologize.
Why? What happened?
I was
LeBron,
wrong.
Yeah, LeBron,
I was wrong.
He's wrong.
What were you wrong about?
I have my hand up. I was wrong.
About
there was
what?
no tribute video.
There was no tribute video.
No, there was, because when LeBron left, if you remember, the Cavs ownership released a statement saying
the
we
Dan
will
Gilbert
win a
letter.
championship
Yep.
before LeBron does,
Yeah.
which obviously didn't happen. He needed LeBron to come back.
They
to
never
do
made
that.
the playoffs without
Yes,
LeBron.
they were horrific, but they did not play a tribute video. Neither did the Thunder when Kevin Durant returned
Wow.
with the Warriors. Neither organization felt like they were deserving of a tribute video because they hated their guts.
Does that make...
Is that worse? Is it worse having one and getting booed, or worse not having
As
one?
a fan, I would have to say that I like that. If your player leaves you in the dust and makes the whole fan base mad and makes the organization
and then goes
mad,
someplace else and wins a championship.
I agree. As a fan, I don't want a tribute video. Are you kidding? That's soft to me.
The reason I don't mind it is because I experienced it with John Tavares, and I liked it because you did the classy thing by saying, hey, you were good for us.
Right.
Nobody can deny that. And then you give the fans the opportunity to do what they want.
Right, cheer or get their pound of salt.
And
by
the Islander fans decided, rightfully so, screw you. We're going to boo the crap out of this video. So I kind of like what the Islanders did more than both the Thunder and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Leave it in the fans' hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, because and the Yankees could have done it too, by the way. They could have said, hey, you know what? Screw it. We're going to be bigger than you. You gave us a great year. You were a wonderful Yankee for 1 year, and so we're going to play your highlights. You hit one of the biggest home runs in the last decade for this franchise. And then you allow the bleacher creatures and Sean Morash and Big Mac to do what you want. You want to boo the crap out of it? Go boo the crap out of the video. I think I like that. I think I'm a fan of that. And I think what Cleveland, Oklahoma City, and yes, the Yankees did, I don't know, it's kind of small. I think the Islanders showed you what should be done.
I think that's totally fair. But I just remember the Yankees also gave Clay Holmes a video that same weekend. That's why I was just looking up.
That's funny. Yeah, more on some other trade deadline targets, including Clay Holmes, Freddie Peralta, and who the Yankees can go after. Plus, Sean has a Cinco de Luncho. And coming up a little bit later on, it was impromptu, but a tribute by this radio station, and no one even knew they were doing it, for my former partner, Joe Beningo. You'll hear that coming up in the 1 o'clock hour. It's Evan and Tiki with Sean.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by your local Mazda dealer.
Looking for peace of mind in selecting your next SUV? Mazda is named the safest new car brand by Consumer Reports. That means confidence for every drive, all at a value that might surprise you. Visit your local Mazda dealer for great offers during Mazda's More to Move You sales event.
If you're a small business owner, choosing the right wireless provider can make a huge difference. Trust me on this. That's why I've always and only partnered with Verizon Business. Their My Biz plan makes it easy to build a wireless plan that fits the exact way you work. Period. Stop. Get the flexibility and reliability your business deserves, including built-in security or international calling. Connect with a Verizon business rep today at verizon.com/bizfans and get started right away.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JPMorgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
BetMGM Sportsbook is giving you the chance to win a prize every day during baseball season. Step into the batter's box for BetMGM Swing for the Fences free-to-play game. Log in every day for your chance to win, pick an area of the strike zone and take your swing. If you get a hit, you'll receive a prize. Smash a home run to collect a bonus bet. Just log into your BetMGM Sportsbook account and visit your promotions section to access the Swing for the Fences free-to-play game. Swing for the fences every day with BetMGM. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Bonus bets expire in 7 days.
Orgavadazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
John Montone. Right now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, we have a full lineup of new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokees.
Todd, I'm digging the refreshed look, new tech features, and that powerful new engine.
And during the Make This the Summer event happening at Ramsey, let your summer thrills begin with a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo Altitude 4x4, leased for $379 a month for 36 months.
Or drive off in a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Limited 4x4, leased for just $399 a month for 36 months.
Both offers with just $48.88 due at signing and 0% APR financing for 36 months.
So head to Ramsey and make this the summer before these deals fall away. Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
Exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Call 833-853-2969 for details. Tax, title, registration extra. $0 security deposit. VIN number TC258760 and T8564639. 0% APR at $27.78 per month for $1,000 finance. Ends 8/3/26.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. You know, after years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. Red Pocket Mobile gives you 3 major 5G networks to choose from. Switching cities? Switch your network. That's like calling your own Audible. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier. Operating engineers Local 825 are the men and women who make our region move. So whether it's roads, bridges, or our favorite team stadium, they build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure we rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build both New York and New Jersey.
Lights, camera, baseball. The spotlight is on Citi Field for one of the season's biggest series as the Mets take on the Los Angeles Dodgers Friday, July 24th through Sunday, July 26th. Don't miss this marquee matchup. For tickets, go to Mets.com/tickets.
This summer, cool down with Dunkin' Refreshers. Sip on black cherry or try the all-new pink pineapple. Or try one of their flavorful fan favorites, like mango pineapple or strawberry dragon fruit. All of them are ice cold and refreshing. Dunkin' Refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up, a whole lot of flavor and very refreshing. It's a sip of summer, only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Refreshers are fruit-flavored, contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Terms and exclusions may apply.
The Yankees head to the city of brotherly love to play ball with the Phillies. 6:45 tomorrow. The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan, AM 660, 1019 FM, and available en Espanol on the free Odyssey app.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. Tiki, I thought we were done with World Cup in terms of fan focuses, but here's one more. If you don't know who Lise Klaveness is, you may know now. She's the president of Norwegian Soccer, and she wants her board to pursue an ethics complaint with FIFA over the overturn of the suspension of Flo Balogun. Again, a game Norway wasn't even involved in. So even with the World Cup over, we get more drama. Take a lap, Norwegians.
Well, they should also look into the actions of the Argentinian soccer team when they lost the final. They were completely disrespectful and violent to the point where even FIFA acknowledged that they're going to have to do an investigation. So,
more people hating Americans. Good for Norway.
Yeah.
I think that's cheap political points.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
like the easy thing to attack is what happened. But honestly, we lost. It's over. Nothing could change it. We lost. It's over.
And by the way, we deserved to lose.
We got our ass kicked.
We weren't good.
It was not competitive.
Right. Flo Balogun should have probably not even played.
What's his name?
It's Folarin Balogun.
Oh, I said Balogun for a second.
No. It's actually how the Nigerians say it different than we've said it.
Gotcha.
We say
below deck?
Balogun.
Do you think that Sean and I will ever say that person's name ever again?
Yeah, because Sean's going to now start watching the Premier League, and I think he's on Coventry, who got promoted.
Oh, is he?
And so he'll play in the EPL this year, maybe just for a year, but whatever. Plus, he'll be back in a couple of years for the World Cup in 2030.
Where is the 2030 World Cup? Greenland? Do you know where it is?
It's in Spain. It's in Europe. It's in the European
Back
bloc.
to Europe?
Spain,
Okay.
Portugal. It's three countries are sharing.
I did have this thought, though. You're right. He'll be a big deal in 4 years in American soccer. But for the average person, we're at the point where Flo Balogun was the biggest story for a couple days in sports. And if you walked outside today and he walked past, how many New Yorkers? How many people would know?
I don't know if anybody would recognize any of the men's U.S.
Okay,
team,
that's fair. That's fair. So it's by name.
Except for Pulisic.
When you mention
who might come to MLS, I saw that.
Oh, really? Which team?
Don't know yet.
Oh.
It's just
how do they decide?
People are talking
if
about
he wants to come to MLS, was there a draft? Or does he just get to go wherever he wants?
Once a team, he is currently in AC Milan. If AC wants to sell him, they don't think he's part of their future, then they sell them to whoever.
Oh, so it's like Japanese baseball to the major leagues, like a posting system in a way.
Posting.
Yeah.
That's how Miami got Messi.
Whenever
That's right. And now Miami just got Casemiro, who most people don't know, but whatever. He's coming to enter Miami.
When Sean mentioned that story being big a few weeks ago, I'll never forget. This will live in my mind forever. Dylan Darling hitting the game winner for St. John's, and the great John Rothstein tweeting out that he'll never pay for a drink again. And we felt bad mocking it because it's like, St. John's is the story. We don't want to rain on anyone's parade.
Right. We were right to mock
But it was like a careful reminder, like no one will remember who he is in a couple of weeks. So I'll ask people here on July 23rd in New York City, is Dylan Darling paying for his own drinks?
Who?
New team who dis.
And where does he play this year? Do you know?
He's not on St. John's anymore?
Nope. He transferred.
Villanova?
Nope.
Marquette?
Seton Hall?
No, you guys are never going to get it.
St. Louis?
It's the college.
Stanford?
Let me finish the
Arizona
joke.
State?
UCLA?
The college.
BYU?
The college is the name of an enormous American landmark.
Mount Rushmore?
No.
The Lincoln Memorial? Grand Canyon?
You got it, Evan.
Yeah, it is.
Grand Canyon.
New team who dis?
Yeah.
Is who was the guy? Who's the former player that was their coach for a long time?
Mike Bibby.
At Grand Canyon?
Yeah.
You're right. I'm forgetting. You're right. It was a big name.
Mike Bibby?
No.
Oh, I just made that up. I have no idea. Anyhow, Sean, stop typing because it's time for you to feed us.
Okay.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry. It's Bryce Drew, but hold on.
Thank you.
Sean Moraes in the booth. Somebody hide the castle. Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling. No! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking. Nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
Let's go! Cinco de Roncho, brought to you by Helix Wireless. Connecting everything, everywhere. Rookies.
Bryce Drew is not who I was thinking of. It was Dan Marley.
Oh, damn it. All right. Well, we both had famous basketball names. Whatever. Cinco de Roncho, I just did the whole
That was
sponsor.
like 6 years ago, though.
What? Yeah. Potato. Good for Dylan Darling. So this morning, we were a little misquoted on the morning show when talking about the Jets' new white helmet. Apparently, they thought we all hated it, which was not the case. We thought just whiteouts with the crowd were disgraceful.
Right.
But either way, this was already on tap with training camp starting. The rookies have reported. Carolina, by the way, already seems like inside linebacker, the starter, major knee injury carted off today in their very first practice, which sucks to hear, but football's on the mind. So I went back in the annals, Evan, and we did this last year, so I'm updating it here.
It's annals, but keep going.
In my opinion, the 5 worst uniforms in football as we enter 2026.
The 5 worst uniforms in football.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Number 5.
It's the Tampa Bay Bucks. And you know what hurts the Bucks? Even when they break out their alternate, that's disgusting too. I'm not a pewter guy. I'm out on the Bucks.
You hate the pewter? What do you like, the creamsicle?
I was saying, even that sucks. Like, I just think their whole scheme stinks.
I kind of like the Bucks. Maybe I'm biased because my twin played there, but I like their uniform.
Something tells me if Rondé was an Arizona Cardinal, you might be more on top of it.
Possibly.
All right.
Number 4.
It's the Jaguars, and they've done 30 million of these. They all suck.
Yeah, it's too complicated. Their uniform is way too busy.
Yeah, exactly.
Number 3.
I'm probably going to get hate for this, but I've really come around on this in the last 6 months. The Steelers.
Really?
It's iconic, but it sucks. First of all, finish the logo. Put it on the other part of the helmet. That's right away. I have a major issue with that. And it's just, okay, it's black, it's gold. Put it this way. If the Brooklyn Nets uniforms suck, what makes the Steelers so nice? It's the same thing except swapping out white for gold.
I have
You're
an
going to
answer.
get a lot of hate. But keep going.
I have an answer, but I kind of want to wait till you're done. Because I've come to, I've had my come to Jesus moment when it comes to jerseys and uniforms, and I think I have figured it out. But go ahead.
Right. Number 2.
Number 2 is not... Well, I'm sorry. Hold on. Number 2 is the Jets. Number 1 was the Jets last year.
Wait a second. You had to think about that?
I did think it. Last year, they were number 1, and you crushed me for it. I remember I sat next to Tommy, and you were like, you had to think about it, and then it bothered you for like 2 hours, and I think you came around on, man, maybe it is the worst uniform, especially the green helmet. The white helmet, which is why I think it should stick, helps, because the green on green is terrible.
The Jets are a sewer.
And number 1.
Number 1.
I think when you do new team who dis with players, we forget something has changed, and it's changed for the worst. The Titans. Their uniforms they're rolling out this year so unnecessarily different.
No break.
They suck. They are the ugliest uniforms in football. The Titans, the new number one.
They're also busy. They're busy like the Jaguars.
Very busy.
Yeah.
So that's your updated list.
By the way, originally the equipment manager for the Steelers, Jack Hart, placed the logo on one side in 1962 just to see what it looked like, and they had a great season, so they kept it.
Wow, so it's all superstition.
Yep.
That's it. I've realized when it comes to jerseys, because I remember this discussion a year ago, and I realized, and I even realized this with the whole white helmet thing, I don't care. Like, this is not a fashion show. But I do realize what I care about. I care about tradition, and I care about history. And so the only jerseys that bother me are the ones that are new and don't look like the team I'm supposed to be watching.
Well, the Giants aren't that way.
What do you mean?
We used to have ours weren't the same as they are now.
But they're similar. They don't look like a different team.
Yeah, true. The color scheme is a little bit
But guess
different.
what? When they wear like their mid-'80s jerseys, when they go retro, and I remember saying this recently, I'm like, oh my God, that's so good. Well, why is it so good? Isn't it good because it looks better? It's good because it's tradition and it's history, and it makes you think of 30, 40 years ago. Makes you think of your childhood, or it makes you think of watching old videos. And so to me, when it comes down to jerseys, it's not about I like this color scheme or this looks good or this is too busy. I respect that you guys view it that way. I just want history. So like when you brought up the Steelers and said, oh, yeah, they're boring. They're the Steelers. It's tradition.
Yeah.
It's the steel curtain. It's Terry Bradshaw. And I think for me, and this goes with all sports, I just like looking at the tradition of it. It's like when the Nets bring back their old ABA stuff. Is it really prettier? Or is it that it's the ABA?
Well, I mean,
that's what I think it is for me.
Well, think about the Giants, because when I first got to the Giants, it was that like deep blue with Giants. It said Giants on the side of the helmet.
Yeah.
And then I forget what year, maybe 2000.
It was 2000.
They changed it to the NY.
Right.
But the biggest thing that they did was they changed it to a deep, like a dark blue to like an iridescent blue that kind of pops. And so now when they do the throwbacks, it's still that iridescent blue with the Giants. That still looks great.
Yeah.
So I think it was more the color of the old Giant helmet as opposed to the logo on the Giant helmet.
I think the last 2 years they went, when they switched the helmet roll, back to that dark blue.
Which I don't like.
Yeah. But it's definitely noticeable how darker it is.
Most certainly.
Yeah. I know, but that's my update. So, Evan, you should be happy. You're no longer number one.
No, but did you hear what I said, or did you not care about it?
Tradition. But I don't care. People like to say turkey is dry. It's still traditional to have it on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, well, it depends on how you're cooking it.
I agree with you, by the way. I love a moist breast.
But the way I would push back on it is if you take the Packers or the Steelers, two legendary franchises, or the Bears, legendary franchises, and you said you don't like the Steeler logo, and you just changed it. You made it New Age. Is that really better, or would you not look at it on a football Sunday and say, who the hell is that? That's not the Steelers.
But can't two things be true? Why does ugly have to be offensive? Like
No, it doesn't. I'm telling you how I've kind of viewed this over the years, that I just like tradition. So when I think something's pretty or ugly, it's just about, like, is it new? Like, why do I need? It's like the Mets City Connects. It's not that they're ugly. It's that they don't look like the Mets.
I agree. Which is going to be my issue with the Titans. They're trying too much to look like the Oilers. That's Houston's franchise. Get lost.
I don't think they technically are, though. Like, the Tennessee Titans kept the history of the Houston Oilers.
Which I think is a disgrace. Like, imagine the Ravens having the same old Browns history. That's stupid.
Well, my only issue with the NFL is they're inconsistent about it. Like, the Browns kept their history, but the Titans or the Houston Texans didn't.
Right. What
and
about the
so
Colts?
it's a little all over the place. No, it's the Baltimore Colts.
Yeah.
The Baltimore Ravens don't have the Baltimore Colts history.
They don't have a history.
And by the way, the way to fact check all this stuff, and you do it in the NBA as well because they've had the same thing, is go to their reference page and see their history.
Right. It starts in like 1990, whatever.
The Ravens' history starts in 1996, even though they were a team that moved from Cleveland, which I find weird. That's a little strange.
It's also the same city, so that's what makes it complicated. It's just Baltimore. There was a team there.
Yeah, but there was such a long period of time in which there wasn't a team there. You're talking about 12 years, 11 years, whatever it was.
Not that long.
I guess you're right. It wasn't that long.
That's all it was?
It wasn't that long, yeah.
It was
they moved in the 80s.
That's what's crazy. When the Ravens went to, I guess because it was my age group, it was like, wow, a team never existed here. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know the Baltimore Colts.
The really long one is Seattle is going to be long once they get a basketball team. And believe it or not, Washington, D.C. was incredibly long without the baseball. Going from the second Senators to the Nationals, that was like 35 years.
And so what is their history? Did they take the Expos?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And you know what's funny about that? So the Expos moved to Washington, right? And they couldn't take the Senators because the Senators went with the Twins and the Senators went with the Rangers. So if you look at the Minnesota Twins history, it's the Washington Senators.
Right.
Walter Johnson was a Minnesota Twin many years ago, even if he was a Senator. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the Nationals become a team, and you know what the first thing they did was? Ignored the Expos history. And that pissed a lot of people off. I think it's why Gary Carter did not want to go into the Hall of Fame as an Expo. Because he's like, wait a second, you guys are deleting the history that we had. They have since changed that. And if you go to D.C., they honor Andre Dawson. They honor Gary Carter.
I mean, they should.
They should.
Right.
I agree with you. Like, I don't think you should ever erase history like that. Let's go to our buddy Harvey in Dix Hills. What's up, Harvey?
Hey, Harvey.
Hi, how are you?
All's good.
What's up?
Pretty good. I was going to talk about the Mets, but permit me to talk about something that you just brought up regarding soccer again. Tiki, remember I had spoken to you when Evan wasn't here that I've been following an issue of CTE in soccer?
Yes, absolutely.
Right. And I told you I'd try to get you some data. Evan doesn't know about it yet. But I did look into it, and the bottom line is the chronic contact from goalkeepers and defensive players have produced CTE, and it was reported originally in 2018.
Wow.
And a player by the name of Vermillion died of CTE. I believe that, and it's my belief. And you know, I talked about upgraded football helmets for years on Joe's show and Evan's show. I'm very proud of my calls as a physician. Is that I believe that soccer gets away with it.
Yeah, they get a pass on it.
Exactly right. It is a contact sport. Of course, it takes chronic contact in terms of heading. And you had brought up should be controlled on young players because of their anatomy of the neck.
Yep.
And the problem is that doing research, it's worldwide, and it's difficult to track them. And I believe that it should be studied in soccer that there are players who have CTE, developing CTE, that need to be studied. And secondly, I don't think it's a big deal to be wearing protective gear or make regulations to protect the players.
Yeah.
I really don't.
No, I think you're right, but I just like the header is such a big part of soccer, whether you're clearing a ball, like when the ball gets lofted up in the air, whether it's you're playing it in from the back and two guys are at this contact point. You can't let the ball come to the ground. It's not going to get to your body or to your foot. You got to go up with your head to gain control of the ball. I just don't know if it's as chronic, as prevalent as we see in the NFL.
How can it be? I mean, in football, you're literally running into each other.
Yeah, I mean, some of the offensive linemen, for instance, it's almost every play.
Yeah,
like their head is getting banged. In soccer, it's not every play, so the likelihood of those micro concussions, those are the ones that really do the damage because you get a bunch of them, and then you get a big one, and then it's exacerbated. I don't know if that's the case in soccer, but it is. It's definitely something to keep track of going forward because heading a soccer ball is such a big part of the game.
Brad is in New Jersey. What's up, Brad?
Hey, guys. I heard you guys talking about trade proposals before and talking about Doc Gooden with the Yankees and Mets. I got a fun one for you. How about Jacob deGrom to the Yankees?
Evan would hate that.
Why would you even bring that up? It's also not going to happen.
The challenge is
I ain't worried about
Jacob
that
deGrom, even though the Rangers are 500 right now, they're leading the West.
Yeah, them and the Mariners keep switching off on leading the American League West.
But they're a 500 team.
Right.
And Jacob deGrom is their best pitcher. And so, like, if they want to stay in it, and by the way, they're very much in it. They can win the division. They can win the division, go to the playoffs, and then anything could happen.
Right now, the American League West is drunk because Texas is in first place at 51-51.
Mm-hmm.
The Mariners, who I think all of us thought would win the division, are 51-52. And the Astros, who have gotten hot, are 4 games under 500, but only 2 games out of first place.
Right.
So the AL West is up for grabs. There's a couple of things about that. Number 1, like you said, Texas is in it. Number 2, Jacob deGrom has a full no-trade clause. And number 3, this is the reality I've had to deal with. I don't think Jacob deGrom necessarily wanted to be here or would waive his no-trade to come back.
Yeah.
I know I've had this argument before about the departure of deGrom where people say he was never going to come back. My argument is the Mets never made him a competitive offer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, both things could be true. He may not have wanted to come back, and the Mets didn't make him a competitive offer.
That's correct.
But he has a full no-trade clause, and I don't think he's waiving it to come to New York, and I don't think he's waiving it to go anywhere. Like, if I had to guess right now, deGrom's career is going to end in Texas. And for him, hopefully he has a few more good years.
Yeah, and let's not, like, inflate who Jacob deGrom is. He's a good pitcher right now. He's not winning a Cy Young anytime soon, and he's 38 years old.
Yeah, and he also has another year left on his deal after this.
Yeah, and if you're looking at the Yankees rotation, because he was talking about the Yankees rotation with Cam Schlittler, with Gerrit Cole, and Max Fried, is it necessary?
No, the only starting pitcher, because I even think depth-wise you feel good about yourself with the return of Rodon, with Will Warren, who's going to pitch on Sunday now after coming out of the bullpen last night, with Ryan Weathers. They're very equipped depth-wise.
Yeah.
So I don't think they need to acquire a depth starting pitcher. You never have enough, so I'm not against it. Just saying it's not necessarily.
And Clark Schmidt's throwing.
And Clark Schmidt is throwing. I forgot about him.
Yeah.
The only starting pitcher
Sean's
you
favorite
would
Yankee pitcher
potentially pursue is Tarek Skubal because he's great.
Because he is the difference maker.
Yeah,
like he could come and potentially replace one of those top three guys that you're talking about.
Or join in, and you'd have this incredible foursome of Fried, Cole, Schlittler, and Skubal.
Right.
And I know that sounds like overkill, but there is no such thing as overkill.
No.
And
not in baseball.
And I think the Yankees are actually really equipped, if they want, to trade for Tarek Skubal, because one of the pieces of reporting that came out in the last few days, I think from The Athletic, was what Detroit would ask for. There's a 60% chance they'll trade him, according to Jeff Passan, and that they want someone who can help them right now in the rotation so they can continue to somewhat compete at 6.5 games back in the AL Central. Well, take your pick on Will Warren or Ryan Weathers. Both of those guys would be a nice fit into the rotation. Then you've got to include two prospects.
Right.
I don't think it's the level of George Lombard at this point. So maybe you're talking about one top 100 prospect and someone else off of your major league roster that maybe can help them.
And you said this earlier, but Carlos Rodon could be available as well.
I don't know if they want to pay him, but yeah. I think he would be a guy. I think they'd probably prefer the cheaper with Warren and Weathers.
Of course, someone whose potential upside hasn't been reached yet.
I think it's a fit from what the Yankees would have to give up that makes sense. The question is, would Brian Cashman do it? And I know that there are some Yankee fans who look at Fried yesterday and say, well, we don't need him. And again, I'll repeat to you calmly, even if on paper it looks like you don't need him, he's Tarek Skubal.
Yeah, and you don't need him until you do.
That's a very well said. They don't need him until they need him.
Right.
Right now, Gerrit Cole looks great. Max Fried was awesome in his return. Cam Schlittler, despite his last start, having a Cy Young year. Carlos Rodon on his way back. All of it's true. Do we think all of that will remain the same?
Yeah. Well,
come September 15th?
In Sean's estimation, it's really what against the alternative. So you're getting Tarek Skubal, and then what are you not getting? Like, where you not getting an upgrade?
And that has to be
that has to be the conversation.
You can actually get everything.
You can.
But again,
are you willing to pay for that?
In terms of prospects.
Prospects and
current pieces, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll get Tiki's thoughts on the crazy idea that the Mets would be better off to keep Freddie Peralta, plus more of your phone calls at 888-808-1019. And coming up in the 1 o'clock hour, something magical has happened at WFAN, and no one knew it was happening. We've all been paying tribute to the great Joe Beningo. You'll hear how coming up. It's Evan and Tiki with Sean Moraz.
Circa Resort and Casino out in Las Vegas is giving you a lot of ways to win a lot of money this football season. $30 million in guaranteed prizes in their Circa Million and Circa Survivor contest. There's no rake on these contests, so all the entries that go above the guarantee will go into the prize pool. Remember, you got to go out to Nevada and register at the Circa Sportsbook for these 3 ways to win. The first one, Circa Million 6 with $6 million in guaranteed prizes. It's $1,000 per entry, and the winner takes home $1 million. Pick 5 teams against the spread every single week. And then there is Circa Survivor, $20 million guaranteed, also $1,000 per entry. You pick one team straight up every week to win. If your team loses or ties, that entry is eliminated, and you can only pick each team once per season. Lastly, Circa Grandissimo. This is high stakes, baby. $100,000 entrance fee with $4 million guaranteed to the winner or the winners. 3 ways to win. Circa Million 6, Circa Survivor, and Circa Grandissimo. Remember, sign up in Las Vegas at the Circa Sportsbook and play from anywhere.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
This Odyssey Sports Minute is sponsored by NHTSA. Speeding catches up with you, paid for by NHTSA. The quarterback competition in Atlanta between Tua Tagovailoa and incumbent Michael Penix Jr. should not be much of a competition. If Atlanta is serious about contending for the NFC South Championship this year, the starting quarterback for Kevin Stefanski needs to be Tua Tagovailoa. I'm Nick Costos.
Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay, are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor, and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREON info.com.
Allstate is Metro New York's trusted auto insurer, protecting cars across the tri-state area. We're by your side when you need us most, providing you with affordable auto coverage you can rely on. So, switch to Allstate today, and you could save an average of $713 on auto insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
Back to school starts now. Get long-lasting battery life on the Dell XPS laptop powered by Series 3 Intel Core so you can work from anywhere. Now starting at $699 with exclusive student pricing starting at $599. Complete your setup with savings on select monitors and must-have electronics and accessories. Limited time deals and free shipping on PCs and more await you at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
We spend all year watching the pros make their big plays. But what about your own highlight reel? The Ford Summer Sales Event is on right now with great offers on their legendary truck lineup. You could be hitching jet skis to a Ranger and owning the lake, packing the city-friendly Maverick with supplies for a weekend project, or becoming the MVP of the campground with an F-150 that not only tows a trailer, but powers the entire campsite with its Pro Power onboard. Don't just have a great summer, make it one for the books. Check out the Ford Summer Sales Event going on right now.
Hey, Yankees fans! Join us at Yankee Stadium on Friday, August 21st as the Yankees take on the Toronto Blue Jays. And don't miss Cody Bellinger Bobblehead Night, presented by T-Mobile. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will take home an exclusive Cody Bellinger bobblehead. Get here early, grab the giveaway, and cheer on the Bronx Bombers. Tickets are available now at Yankees.com/tickets.
Orgavadazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Total Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is expanding across Long Island, New York City, and New Jersey, with locations opening in Comac, Babylon, and West Orange. Expert care is closer than ever. Their top-rated doctors treat everything from everyday injuries to complex orthopedic conditions. Wherever you are in your journey, they can help you move forward. They're experts at getting you back to being you. Visit TotalOrthoSportsMed.com to schedule your appointment today, or call 855-321-ORTHO.
Listen to MLB Insider Calls on WFAN all season long. Presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only. Not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Talk sports after hours with Tommy Lugauer, 7 to midnight. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Something very depressing just happened. I have to book my vacation for 2027 right now because sometimes when you get these beach houses like I just went to, you can't book it 3 months ahead of time. You got to book it a year out.
Right.
Which is why, unfortunately, and I still feel bad about it, I wasn't at Fanatics Fest. It's because I booked a vacation long before Fanatics Fest was ever planned.
Yeah, and they don't have the schedules a year in advance.
And I don't blame them for that. It's just the reality of trying to book things. So I needed to book my house for next year. And the week that is only available happens to be the All-Star break next year, leading into Mets-Yankees. So, okay, not a big deal. Wanted to make sure, is it all right? I missed the Friday show leading into Mets-Yankees. Whatever. What I started getting depressed about is that there won't be Mets-Yankees. I'm thinking about things, and I'm like,
You're
wait a
worried
second.
about it for no reason.
I'm
Potentially.
worried for clearly no reasons. There's not going to be baseball. And I hate to tell you guys that, but I've been a big believer that there will never be a salary cap in baseball, and I stand by that. But I also believe there's going to be a nuclear war in baseball to have the owners find out that. Like Rob Manfred and the owners are going to fight for a salary cap. They are right now. It's the first time since 94, 95 they have. And so I believe we are going to get a nuclear winter.
Yeah.
I believe baseball either won't happen or it will be modified in a major way in 2027.
Sean, when Fanatics Fest comes around in 2027 and we're doing shows without Evan, what are we talking about?
We're talking about opening day for baseball.
That it could be the lead up to opening day.
That's true.
Think about
that's a good point.
What may end up happening in mid-July is we're getting ready for the July 25th opening day. Yeah, I got this weird feeling. We all talk about 2020 and how we can't count the regular season because of the pandemic. I think we're going to get that again. If I had to predict right now, the proverbial gun to your head, what's going to happen with the baseball lockout, work stoppage, I don't think they'd actually cancel an entire season because I think they realize the money is so important on the TV deals for the postseason. So I think we'll get a playoff. I just think we're going to get an incredibly modified season. So at some point, and I'll give you time to think about it, T, because you also have a lot of great insight, we're going to make our official long-term predictions on opening day's date for 2027. It could be none of the above, or it could be a date, but we will do that in the next few weeks. What?
It just hit me.
What?
We're going to get like a 45-game regular season, and the Yankees are going to win the World Series, and we're going to debate forever whether Aaron Judge's ring has an asterisk.
Legitimate?
I thought that in 2020.
That's interesting.
I thought in 2020, especially
Dodgers, right?
with the Yankees. I thought they were going to just get hot in the playoffs and win the World Series.
But do we still have that conversation about the Dodgers?
No, we've talked about this. The Dodgers and Tampa Bay Lightning legitimized
because they
their
went
championships.
they went one more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even if the regular season that the Dodgers played was as illegitimate a regular season as I've ever seen. In terms of the amount of games, in terms of the protocols, in terms of the schedule, in terms of it was so not baseball. Like, I look at the stats from 2020, and I actually ignore them whenever I see them regarding players. Yesterday on the broadcast, Gary Cohen reminded us that Devin Williams won 2020 Rookie of the Year, and I said, no, he didn't. And I'm sorry, Trevor Bauer. You're Cy Young?
Yeah, doesn't count. You didn't have a large enough sample
No
size.
offense.
That's the definition of an asterisk.
Yeah, and I hate saying that. So I kind of feel that's what we're going to have in 2027. And speaking of which, and I think this sort of relates to it real quick before we get back to your calls, Jim Duquette made a suggestion the other day that I wanted to give long and hard thought to, and that's the idea that the Mets should not trade Freddie Peralta for two reasons. Number one, the value of Peralta may be so down based on his struggles that you may not get a good enough return, and you may be better off making him the qualifying offer and having him decline it and then just getting that draft pick, which would be at the end of the 4th round. With the caveat being, and if Freddie Peralta says, I'll accept the qualifying offer, that's also not the worst thing in the world because at least you bring him back on a reasonable 1-year deal in which you're hoping he would bounce back.
Yeah, and to be honest, depending on what his market looks like, it might be better for him so he can get another chance at being in a contract year.
I don't think that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, but does the Met fan want to see Freddie Peralta again?
I would rather get pieces back for Freddie Peralta.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with the notion that they can't get anything back because he's been so bad.
Yeah.
I think the starting pitching market is so weak in terms of trades after Skubal, if he is even available, that a lot of teams, the Cubs, the Brewers, I think they trade for him. Now, I don't know if you're getting 2 top 100 prospects. I don't know if you're getting 1 top 100 prospect. But I think you will get good young pieces that, to me, are tradable, unlike a draft pick in 2027. Right. Like, that's the other thing. David Stearns has a reputation. I'll go deeper into this on a Rico at a later date, where when he dumps guys at the trade deadline and gets prospects back, he usually trades those prospects.
Right.
They're not around forever. So I still lean towards trading Peralta, but I thought it was an interesting thought by Jim Duquette on the 2 possibilities of A, the draft pick being better value than the prospects you get back, and then B, making the qualifying offer, and if he says yes, viewing Peralta on a 1-year deal as not a bad thing.
Right, so let me put you in the GM spot right now let's say GM. Let's say David Stearns hires a general manager.
Stearns is a moron.
You're the GM now of the Mets. What is your priority? Is your priority building a long-term sustainable team, or is it winning now? Is it winning in 2020? Not now, obviously. 2026 is shot. There's 17 games under 2027. What's your priority? Because that's going to affect what you do at the trade deadline right now, and then obviously what you intend to do in the offseason.
My priority is winning in 2027 because I have a lot of good young pieces. Like, I have the framework for a really good team.
Yeah, but they also are under control for a long time, right?
Exactly, which is why I would go for it. Like, I don't need foundational pieces. I think I have a few. Like, I feel pretty good about some of my young pieces in the rotation. I feel really good about my core of position players when you look at Juan Soto, A.J. Young, and Carson Bench.
Right, you just got to find a right fielder instead of Brett Beatty.
Sure, well, that's a different story, which drove me nuts. So, no, I'm prioritizing winning.
Yeah.
So, getting Peralta back, as much as I'm down on him on a 1-year contract as he says yes to the qualifying offer, unlike Yankee fans who had a coronary when Trent Grisham said yes, if Freddie Peralta said yes, I'd say, okay, I'll take the gamble. It's a 1-year deal. Could he possibly suck again? The answer may be yes.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
But this is also where the lockout plays a part.
But this is where you
of it.
look at his history and you say, what has he historically done?
He's historically much better than this.
Exactly. So this is a blip year.
That's what I would figure. And then the lockout's a factor too, because if they're only going to play 50, 60 games, you're not paying him the full qualifying offer in all likelihood. You're paying him a small portion of it.
Good point.
So it's worth considering, but at the end of the day, I would still trade him for the most prospect capital I can get, because I think there's a really good chance I'm using combinations of prospects to trade for players in 2027 to try to eventually win. But you do put that weird thought in my head. The New York Knicks, Knick fans, King Jalen Brunson got you an NBA championship, and you are still living the ultimate high life. I am jealous of you, but I respect you. You are the Kings. Nobody can say a freaking word to you. They can try, they can't. You won a championship for the first time in 53 years, and it doesn't matter what the haters say. Why am I bringing this up?
I don't know.
Here's why I'm bringing this up.
Tell us.
If the Mets or the Yankees win the World Series in 2027, where they play 55 games, the moment the confetti starts dropping, the haters are going to tell you it ain't a real championship. And I am mixed about living in a world in which my first title occurs with such a pall hanging over it.
You're not going to care. You're
No,
not
you
going to care.
won't.
You're going to be at the parade.
And by the way, you shouldn't. You shouldn't care.
I mean, in theory, I wouldn't care, and I shouldn't care, but I just wonder if there's a part of me that would care. Again, the Knick fan cannot have anything said to them. You can come up with the biggest, dumbest thing you want to take their championship and say, everybody wins the title. It's a participation. It's so stupid. Nothing sticks. But winning a championship in a 55-game season, I don't know, man. That actually may stick.
Okay. How about that?
No, that's your response?
No, that's
Thought
yours.
that a great point.
I mean, the question
we'll
is,
move on.
would the Yankee counter fan in New York mock you.
Well, what about the Yankees winning the World Series too? Because
but the Yankees are supposed to be there.
Yeah, but you guys haven't won since 2009.
I know, but
for you, it's a long time.
Here's
if,
where
if this is your championship, you don't think you're going to take the shrapnel too?
You know this is where this is different? Because for the Yankees, you knew if it was 162 or whether it was 55, they were getting to that postseason where it was a crapshoot anyway. The postseason is still going to be the postseason.
I see what you're doing. You're already coming up with your excuse.
Well, because now the thought is in my head if I'm living in this world, and the truth is you knew we were there anyway. So we got in there and we played the same postseason everybody else.
So you're promising me that if the Mets miraculously win the 2027 World Series, you are not going to use any kind of words against us to take away our championship?
In the immediacy, no. A decade later, if that was the only time they've made the playoffs in 10 years, sure. The Mets!
All right. Keep an eye on that. Let's go to Chris in Bayshore. Hey, Chris.
Yeah, hey, guys. How we doing?
All's well.
Listen, I got something on you for you on the trade that's kind of gaining a little momentum, and I wanted to get your thoughts on. I mean, you guys are talking about the Yankee pitching, but I think the Yankees have kind of had it with the Caballero drama and the lack of production from Volpe. So, what do you think if they go all out on the Neto deal, which includes Volpe and two top arms?
He's definitely an upgrade. Zach Neto is a good shortstop with the Angels and would be a major upgrade over what they have now. And the Angels are a team that would trade guys off. Like, the problem right now in baseball is you have a lot of teams that, you know, we talk about the Padres and Mason Miller. Mm-hmm. They're in the pennant race. Yeah. Like, are they really going to trade guys off? The Angels, they suck every year. The only negative with Neto from an Angel perspective is that he's under team control. Are they going to turn around and trade him away right now when they have him for a few more years and he's only 25 years old? So he makes sense for you guys, though. I'd trade for him, even though he strikes out a million times.
Right.
Right. And he's got, the contact is the issue, and the power is plus and everything else. But, I mean, the Angels are going to be horrendous forever. So it's like, Maziliak's over there, and it's kind of like, well, what do? You're going to hang on to a guy. You want to hang on to a guy if you think you got a plan. But obviously the Angels have been bad for so long, and maybe you build with more numbers, two top arms help out, maybe something like that.
No, I think it makes sense. The negative you have when you're trading for a guy under team control, it's the same thing with Hunter Goodman with the Rockies and in this case, Zach Neto with the Angels. They don't have an urgency to trade the player. Mm-mm. Like, they can sit back and say, if we're not getting George Lombard, don't talk to us.
Right.
And obviously you're not going to do that, not suggesting you should, but the Angels and the Rockies, when they have guys who they don't have to trade, like when a guy's a free agent at the end of the year, yeah, you kind of have to trade him. You know, Minnesota eventually is going to have to say, all right, either we're winning or not, we got to get rid of Ryan Jeffers because he's a free agent at the end of the season. I think the Angels have the ability to say, here's a 5-WAR player. He's 25 years old. Mm-hmm. Even if we suck now, we don't plan on sucking forever. We're not going to trade him unless we get a crazy return. So that's the negative. I think the price you'd have to pay for a flawed player, but certainly an upgrade over what you have now, is going to be incredibly high. Like, you're not getting him for Anthony Volpe and Carlos Legrand. That's not getting the deal done.
What if we pay somebody to take Anthony Volpe? Will that work?
I mean, you could pay someone. You could pay me. I'll take him.
You're trying hard, Sean. Trying really hard.
I'll take Anthony Volpe right now. You take back Marcus Semien. Done deal.
Yeah, but what are we doing with Marcus Semien?
I don't know. He just said he wants to pay me to take Volpe. I just did.
No.
Done.
Like, literally pay you cash to take Anthony.
You pay me cash?
Yeah, you're paying us back an ass.
Kendrick in Suffern. What's up, Kendrick?
Hey, Kendrick.
What's up, guys? Yeah, Evan, real quick, that thought had also crossed my mind if it's a shortened season. And what I'll tell you is the Johan Santana no-hitter should make the Mets favorites for winning the championship next year, because nothing we ever do for the first time is, the real deal. We'll always be mocked. Somehow there will be a way that the Mets will do something and there will be a reason to mock us for it. But I did call. I wanted to ask Tiki something about Brett Beatty and cross it over to football and everything, because here we are in the summertime. What point does a player have the right to have these conversations with coaches and management and not be labeled like a malcontent? Because, that line that's been going around where players don't just fail organizations fail players, right? With football, we've seen it with a couple of players, local guys here in New York. But with Brett Beatty yesterday, putting him in right field, it makes him look like the problem when in actuality he should never have been there, right? And so it screws Beatty. It also messed up Christian Scott, he wasn't having a great game, but it also extended that inning.
Yep.
And then the team loses. And so my question is, like, at what point can a player just be like, hey, guys, you've asked me to play third, first, second, short, and the outfield. Just, I'm a jack of all trades, master of none at this point because you keep wearing me thin, and I'm taking the strap now. And the other question then, Tiki, with this becomes, and you brought it up just before when you're like, oh, is Brett going to play the outfield? I think the Mets should consider holding on to Luis Robert for the simple fact that if they can't get something worth trading him now, you could always trade him next year. But here's the thing, Evan. If he goes, who's playing the outfield next year if, in fact, our plan as an organization, and we don't want to fail the players, is to have a young pitching staff? Because look what happened to Christian Scott yesterday when we had to put our fourth,
Cost him.
sixth outfielder out
Christian
there.
Scott, the difference between Christian Scott's outing and Zach Thornton's outing was the outfield defense.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
100%. But my point then is we can't fail these young guys who we are banking on next year. And for me, Luis Robert, let's just say hypothetically we buy him out. What is he on the open market? I'm saying 1 year, $15 million prove-it deal. So if you're the Mets and you want him and you have to pay $2 million just to opt out of it, now you're nickel and diming $2-3 million when it could be a lockout. You're only going to pay about half of his salary. Why not just hold on to him? And Soto becomes more of that DH outfielder, fourth outfielder in that regard. Like,
you know what Soto should be next year, the way this team is being built? He should be the freaking first baseman.
Yeah.
Because God knows they don't have one. I mean, right now, the first base – yesterday was the epitome of the Mets' first base issue. They currently have two guys on their roster who have started games at first base. Jared Young, who's basically become their everyday first baseman, and Brett Beatty, who is starting in right field and is certainly not a first baseman. They ended up using Luis Torrens at first base in the seventh inning.
Wow.
And that's why at the very top of the show, or at about 10:30 to be accurate, we played that Keith Hernandez cut. In fact, Sean, can you bring up the Keith Hernandez cut one more time about what he said about the Mets at first base? Because it's funny, but it's also the truth about the way they've treated the position.
Yeah.
They need a long-term plan at first base. And they thought first basemen grow on trees. They thought it was easy.
Thought it was Jorge Polanco.
Maybe the guy should just be Juan Soto. And you say, all right, Juan, here's the time to convert to first base.
Doesn't that take an off season of him actually really digging into it?
This off season.
Because I mean, if he's going to play left field,
plus the lockout,
as he came in this season playing, obviously previously right, but he's playing left field, and he wants to do that, and he's I don't want to say good at it because he's just going to be average at it. You got a pretty decent outfield.
I agree, and they've got options in the outfield,
right? And Ewing out in the outfield, you're fine. But Soto had an off day, and so you're stuck with like, all right, we're going to give Soto an off day. At the end of this series, who's playing right field?
They have 5 guys capable of playing the outfield, and for some reason they stuck Brett Beatty in right field. It was stupid. But more long-term, first, the Luis Robert Jr. thing. The Mets have a team option on him at $20 million. They are not picking that up.
No.
They are going to write the $2 million buyout, and he's going to be a free agent. Could they bring him back on a 1-year deal for $9.5 million or whatever his going rate is? Sure. You can do that, but you should trade him right now. Because there are teams interested in Luis Robert Jr. So if you can get something back for him, do it. And by the way, have you seen an update on the guy they traded for Luis Robert Jr.?
No.
Luis Angel Acuna has failed with the White Sox. Okay. No surprise. That's when Tommy got wrong. Remember when Tommy said Luis Angel Acuna was a superstar?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a swing and a miss. Did you see what Acuna was doing the other day?
I did not.
He pitched.
Wow, I missed that.
And he was topping out at about 32 miles an hour. He looked like me on the mound.
Oh, he was eephus pitching?
He was eephusing the crap out of this thing.
You got to at least try.
Well, that is trying.
Go like submarine or something. Just be different. Don't eephus pitch it.
I think the eephus pitch has been different recently, but now guys are getting used to it.
Yeah.
Anyhow, here's what Keith Hernandez said yesterday about first base in general in Major League Baseball, and he took a good shot at the Mets.
A good defensive infield. They're a little shaky at first, but it seems like today's game, they don't give first base enough credit. Certainly the Mets don't.
And he's right. All you got to do is look at the slop they put at first base this year because they thought it was so easy to replace. Tony is in Middletown, Delaware. Hey, Tony.
Yeah, I wanted to mention something about the soccer, but real quick on the Scooble situation. I mean, you can get rid of Rodon if they'll take him in a trade because I mean, no one has confidence in that guy. I mean, at least I don't have any confidence in him. And
well, yeah,
he can go
at times, but you just don't always trust him. That's Carlos Rodon's issue.
Yeah, I mean, it's rarely. I mean, right. If he's on the mound, I have zero confidence. But yeah, to the soccer. So it's not just the header is not just the only thing that impacts the player, because you can get a ball kicked in your face I think it was in the finals of the World Cup where the ball's coming at like 90 miles per hour right into your face. So and after that happened, I started looking at videos, and there's a lot of situations where guys are not wanting to head the ball, but the ball crushes them in the head.
Right.
So
yeah, and
I'm sure that's concussion worthy.
Oh, there's no doubt. And the other thing that happens, Tony, and I don't know if FIFA has a concussion, quote unquote protocol, but you see it often where guys go up to head a ball and then they end up hitting each other's heads. So two heads collide, which is definitely causing some sort of traumatic brain issue. Not like a full concussion, but it's not nothing. And so soccer's got to, I don't know, they're not going to look at it because it's been part of this game for as long as the game has been around. But if I'm a parent with a child playing soccer, that's what I'm worried about. It's not necessarily once they become college or professionals, but when they're kids, you worry about that. And that's why a lot of these youth soccer programs, they don't allow it. So, I mean, it's part of sport. You know that to some extent. And football, definitely, it's part of it. And you just kind of accept it. You always say that you got to be crazy to play that game because you know you're going to get banged in your head. But it's how do you protect them? I think it's easier in football than it is in soccer.
You're going to hear something crazy because I didn't plan this. I don't think the morning guys planned this. I certainly don't think Big Mac and Craig planned this. But this week at WFAN has been an incredible tribute to Joe Beningo. You'll hear how coming up next. It's Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash.
Summer is heating up, and there's no more refreshing beverage than an ice-cold Surfside iced tea and vodka, or Surfside lemonade and vodka to break the heat. Made with real vodka, Surfside is only 100 calories and 0 bubbles. That's right, no combination. So it's easy to sip and enjoy no matter what your plans are for the weekend. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by your local Mazda dealer.
Looking for peace of mind in selecting your next SUV? Mazda is named the safest new car brand by Consumer Reports. That means confidence for every drive, all at a value that might surprise you. Visit your local Mazda dealer for great offers during Mazda's More to Move You sales event.
Speeding catches up with you, paid for by NHTSA. Pat Boyle here to help you beat the books with Westwood One Sports. I think the Colts hit rock bottom this year. Shane Steichen and Indy are praying that Daniel Jones looks like the QB he was last year before tearing his Achilles in December. That's an awful lot to depend on for your entire season. I don't think the defense is very good, and it's asking a lot out of Alec Pierce now to be a consistent number one wide receiver. Could be the end for Chris Ballard as GM after this season. I think the Colts go under 7.5 wins. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
If you're a small business owner, choosing the right wireless provider can make a huge difference. Trust me on this. That's why I've always and only partnered with Verizon Business. Their My Biz plan makes it easy to build a wireless plan that fits the exact way you work. Period. Stop. Get the flexibility and reliability your business deserves, including built-in security or international calling. Connect with a Verizon Business rep today at verizon.com/bizfans and get started right away.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Text. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
It's been over 7 years since Pastor Billy Richards was treated successfully for prostate cancer by Perlmutter Cancer Center, the world's #1 cyberknife program. After 5 treatments in 1 week, Pastor Billy went right back to leading his Brooklyn congregation.
Cyberknife was truly a blessing for me, my family, and my ministry. If you have prostate cancer, I urge you to look into Cyberknife.
For an appointment, call NYU Langone's Perlmutter Cancer Center at 833-1-CYBER. That's 833-ONECYBR.
It's the road ahead, brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com and discover movement that inspires. The team from the Bronx begins an extended road trip that will take them to Philadelphia and then the Windy City, where they take on both teams from Chicago.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-329-1010. That's 1-800-329-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-329-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. After years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. With Red Pocket Mobile, you lock in your rate and you keep it. No price creep, no sudden jumps, just straightforward pricing and premium 5G plans starting at $10 a month. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
John Montone. Right now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, we have a full lineup of new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokees.
Todd, I'm digging the refreshed look, new tech features, and that powerful new engine.
And during the Make This a Summer event happening at Ramsey, let your summer thrills begin with a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo Altitude 4x4. Leased for $379 a month for 36 months.
Or drive off in a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Limited 4x4. Leased for just $399 a month for 36 months.
Both offers with just $48.88 due at signing and 0% APR financing for 36 months.
So head to Ramsey and make this the summer before these deals fall away. Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
Exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Call 833-853-2969 for details. Tax, title, registration extra. $0 security deposit. VIN number TC258760 and T8564639. 0% APR at $27.78 per month for $1,000 finance. Ends 8/3/26.
Everybody knows Town Fair Tire is New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer, beating all the local competitors with our guaranteed lowest prices. And now, with over 120 stores throughout New England, we beat all the competition, including the warehouse clubs, the online sites, and the local dealers. Yes, we beat them all with the absolute guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Right now, you can grab a full breakfast at Dunkin' for $6. That's 2 wake-up wrap sandwiches and a medium hot or iced coffee, all for just $6. It's quick, easy, and it covers your whole morning, all in one stop. Did I mention it's filling and delicious, too? Because it is. It's a full breakfast, a great value, and it just makes mornings easier. So next time you're at Dunkin', don't overthink it. Order the Dunkin' $6 meal deal. No substitutions. Participation at times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer. Cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusive Exclusions and terms apply.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford Crew.
Anna, what says summer to you?
Sunshine, road trips, camping.
And?
Ford being #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands according to J.D. Power.
And?
And low APR offers with Ford credit financing on a select lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs.
My kind of summer.
For APR offer information, visit Ford.com or your local Ford dealer. For J.D. Power 2026 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2026 model year.
The road to kickoff 2026 starts now. From off-season moves to position battles and the biggest storylines surrounding the Giants and Jets, WFAN is getting you ready for football season. Expert analysis, breaking news, insider insight. Football lives here. WFAN.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. No Yankees and no Mets tonight. For some, that's a welcome relief. Only 5 games on the baseball schedule. However, that does include the Rays in Toronto at 3 o'clock. So even by staying stagnant, the Yankees could either gain or lose ground on Tampa by not playing today.
That is true. Red Sox finally lost yesterday. They won the first game of the doubleheader, lost the second, so their winning streak is finally over. So something's happened over the last 3 days. I did not catch this. This is not a me thing. I'll give all the credit to the official archivist of Evan and Tiki and the Rico Brunia, Dan. He let me know that every show at this radio station has been at a pace that is not normal, using a Joe Beningo phrase. Do you know that Joe would always say, "How about that? How about that?" Right? Does that sound familiar? How about that? How about that? How about that? It's a Joe B line. How about that? How about that? How about that? We got the point. So Dan said, and he showed me the evidence, that Boomer and Gio, us, and the Carton Show were all saying, "How about that?" at a pace that is not normal. Now, you can believe us or we can show it to you. Really? So, ladies and gentlemen, this is all within the last 3 days. None of this is a week ago or a month. This is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Here is a collection of a ridiculous amount of how about that?
How about that? Would not make the deal if the Yankees did not include Yankee pitching prospect Clark Schmidt, and Brian Cashman said no.
Wow. How about that?
How about that? How about get the guy who's awesome this year? How about that? Go scratch your ass, Joe Davis. How about that?
My rooting philosophy was based in the Monroe Doctrine.
How about that? I was tempted to do an hour on the hockey schedule when it came out with the Rangers and Islanders and when they play each other.
How about that?
Drew Brees coming in today, by the way. How about that?
We'll use a different team. The Seattle Seahawks. How about that? And then I'll take you out to dinner. How about that?
Offensive coordinator Sean McVay.
Oh.
How about that?
How about that?
Bobby Slowick and Aubrey Pleasant.
How about that?
I think we won something like 52-28 or something like that.
What the hell?
How about that? Yeah. That is, man, wow.
Yeah, it's a long time
How about
ago.
that?
Yeah.
You know, the Golden Goose that's been funding all of it is now being investigated for some type of fraud.
But this is my issue.
How about that?
Now includes $10 in, quote, loaded value. How about that?
He told me he played baseball against A.J. Ewing in high school.
Nice.
And he also played basketball against V.J. Edgecombe.
Wow.
How about that?
How about that?
The New York Jets are in the process of leaving New Jersey from a practice facility standpoint and going back to New York.
Really?
How about that?
No,
That's Jose Altuve who hit into that triple play.
How about that?
How about that?
How about that? Patrick Mahomes will be fully cleared this week.
Wow.
How about that?
The Pittsburgh Pirates would be the third wild card team in the National League. How about that?
How about that?
How about that?
There you go.
Dude, that was all in 3 days. That was everybody.
Noticeably, the only person who didn't say it was me.
That's true.
How about that?
How about that? How about that? Yeah, I guess Big Mac didn't say it, but he was also out for a couple days.
Yeah.
So I can't even count that. But Craig, Recco, Gio, Boomer, me, Sean.
Like consistently.
Dude, that's 3 days.
Yeah. I have like a combo theory on why we're all saying how about that.
Go ahead.
We are a week clear of the All-Star break, so we're in the dead of summer. So I think a lot of times
You don't have anything to say.
Yeah, I think you're just hoping
you don't
that
have anything to respond.
Yeah.
And so when nobody responds, you're like, well, how about that?
You're right. I think you're just hoping that what you say on a microphone right now is interesting enough to garner a response. You just look at it and go, how about that? How about that? How about
Right.
that? And then I think we also have Joe in our minds because a lot of us either like grew up here or been working long enough that like I think the how about that just becomes ingrained in our head.
I think how about that is now just a part of WFAN verbiage.
Mm-hmm.
And look, you heard it a little bit in the Boomer and Geo clips. They have a Joe B. How about that drop that's used. So it's almost like enhancing the how about that. It's like anytime you say something interesting, it needs to be punctuated with how about that?
Yeah.
Or something crazy. How about that? By the way, can we go back on something? Just
How
real
about
quick.
that?
Real quick. Did Craig say the Jets are leaving New Jersey from a practice standpoint?
Yeah, that they would leave the facility on Park Avenue in Florham Park.
Is that true? Because that's from this week.
I can't imagine that is true because they've spent so much money on that facility. And it's beautiful over there. And the infrastructure around the facility, meaning the hotel that's right there for family and even honestly, a lot of the players, or there's a development that's right, the Ave, it's right down the street. I can't imagine that that's actually true. But
he's not making it up.
He's not. He heard it from somewhere.
He
I'm
heard
sure.
it somewhere, yeah.
But logistically, that creates just another headache for these guys if they're now on Long Island, as opposed to, I don't know, 25 minutes from MetLife.
Yeah. That's strange to me because I remember when they built this Florham Park facility, which doesn't feel that long ago, they were so excited about it. They were bragging about it.
And it's great over there.
Yeah, I have a feeling that one can't be true.
Yeah.
Maybe he got like part of the truth and maybe like they'd leave for 2 weeks from Florham Park to do a training camp somewhere and then come back to their practice.
Like they did.
I could see that.
You know what I mean?
That's not the same thing.
It's not,
No.
but I could see that kind of becoming, this was part of this. But
And
this
by the way,
really
the
was-
reason you don't see the training camp travels anymore is because teams have spent so much on their practice facilities, like the Giants when they built Quest, or as the Jets when they built over in Florham Park. The practice and training facility is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And when I was playing, we were in like this crappy bubble. Half the time we had to practice in the stadium. In early parts of my career, that was turf. And then there was like a little grass field right next to the parking lot. It wasn't ideal.
Is that right?
So, yeah. Then
How about that?
But so we went up to Albany.
See, now you're going to force it, okay?
In Albany, it was awesome. They had
Right.
all these fields. It was massive.
Albany was great, yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
So you get away to just have maybe in some cases, just a better place to practice, especially when you have 90 guys.
I miss the Jets being in Hofstra because that's what I grew up with. I remember going to practices and watching them there. But them moving their practice facility doesn't do it for me. What would do it for me is them moving their, facilities and actually playing in New York. And I thought years ago when they started really promoting Gotham, you know how they have the shirts, Gotham football, and all that kind of stuff? I thought that they were laying the groundwork to really say, hey, we're New York's team. The Giants, they're Jersey's team.
They were talking about the women's team.
What?
Likely. Gotham football?
No. The Jets were doing, they were selling Gotham shirts.
But now there's a Gotham women's
That's true.
national women's football team.
No, you're right. Now it's different.
Soccer,
but at the
obviously.
time, I thought they were planting the seeds to like move back to New York. And then their marketing campaign, which you guys couldn't argue, is, hey, we're New York's team. What are you? You play in Jersey.
Yeah.
But they never did that. And I don't think they're ever going to do that as much as I would like that. But that's what I want to see the Jets do. In fact, every time I drive to Citi Field and I see that beautiful soccer facility that they're building for NYCFC, and it looks glorious, I keep wondering why there isn't also a football stadium there, because that's where the Jets belong. They should be right there. It should be NYCFC, the Mets, and the Jets.
And
That's what it should be.
A couple blackjack tables, and away we go.
And throw in a few blackjack tables. We know that's on the way.
Real quickly, Jose Caballero's released a statement.
He's released a statement. This is in regards to the pitch clock violation controversy.
Correct. So this has now been translated. Talking Yanks did the translation. It was on his Instagram story.
He has pissed me off.
It is very easy to just invent rules and change the most beautiful sport in the world and then not take responsibility for its flaws. They know they're wrong, but it's very hard to accept that a simple player who just wants to play the sport he's always loved can adapt and use it in his game. In the end, they're the ones who are in charge and do whatever they want, whenever and however they want, and everyone else just has to shut up and obey.
They're trying to control the narrative here because the reality is this rule has been around, meaning the what Caballero is doing rule has been around since 2023, back when they instituted the ABS system.
Not the ABS, the pitch clock.
I mean, the pitch clock system. And it goes, here's the second note of this in the rule book. Again, this goes back to 2023. Conduct by batters designed to deceive a pitcher into beginning their windup or coming to a set position in violation of these regulations shall be considered circumvention in accordance to Section A.4.d. In such cases, the umpire will issue a warning to the batter for his deceptive behavior. If the batter continues to engage in such conduct during the games, the umpire shall assess a pitch clock violation to the batter.
Right.
So it's been in the rule book for
But they haven't
a while.
enforced it on Caballero until yesterday. The problem MLB had, I think everybody's wrong. This is one of those cases where everybody's an idiot. Everybody's being a baby. Jose Caballero, can you pipe down? I mean, we're talking about a freaking pitch clock. It was just invented 3 years ago. It is not perfect. Everyone agrees it's the greatest invention baseball's brought. I mean, honestly, I've killed Manfred for a lot of things.
Right.
The pitch clock, which I've been a supporter of for many, many years, is right.
Significantly sped up the game.
It's done wonders. You found a little dopey loophole, and you took advantage of it great. They close loopholes when people find them. I remember when I started my fantasy league.
But
everyone found a loophole.
They didn't close this one. This one's always been closed.
But they didn't enforce it, so then they didn't close it.
Right.
Where MLB screwed up here. So Caballero, stop whining. All right, honestly, enough. Like, I hear that statement, and I just roll my eyes. Like, come on, man. Bitch. Like, stop with that.
Yeah.
Where MLB screwed up is they should have classically gone to Caballero before the game, the umpires, and said, look,
we're going to now enforce this.
We are going to enforce this. We want to give you a heads up. We understand what you're doing. You did nothing wrong, okay? We haven't enforced it. You've sort of found a loophole. Before you get a pitch clock violation, we just want to give you a heads up.
Yeah.
For them to do it without ever telling Boone and ever telling Caballero was picking on him, as Caballero said in that video, that, yes, cameras caught. You're picking on me. They are. So MLB should have had, like, I don't know, a discussion with him so they didn't embarrass him.
Yeah.
And Caballero should, at this point, just shut up about it.
Give it a rest. You know, this reminds me of 2 seasons ago, maybe 3 in the NFL, when they started emphasizing the illegal formation on tackles. Like, if you're the tackle, left tackle or right tackle's head should be inside the hip of the guard. You know what I mean? But the tackles would always take a half a step back because you have these powerful or explosive edge rushers who can just run around the edge. If you're actually lined up, they can run around you. And so tackles started cheating it. They started cheating back. And so you'd get like this bowed line as opposed to a straight offensive line. And so for a season, they emphasized it. And I remember this. The Houston Texans had this penalty at least 20 times that season. And it wasn't as if they were instituting a new rule. They were just emphasizing the rule that had been on the books forever.
Right.
And this is the same thing.
But you just got to tell them about it.
Yeah.
Like the biggest.
And the difference in the NFL is that they made it an issue before the season started.
Right. So you can't be fooled by it.
This is a point of emphasis that we're going to institute throughout all the games throughout the season. And I think they even, like the refs, when they would talk to the coaches before the games, they would say this.
Right.
Make sure your guy's got his head inside the butt.
And that's what they should have done.
Right.
Like those umpires should have said, look, we got a memo from MLB. It's pissing a lot of pitchers off. Hey, God bless you, man. You found something that wasn't being called. We're going to close that up.
Right.
Before you get penalized, just be ready for it. And then if you're Jose Caballero, take it as a badge of honor that you did something that caused Major League Baseball to say, hey, let's try to fix it. For MLB to just call it and then have the umpires say on the field, we all heard it via the YES Network. Great job by them. You had the umpire say, we got the memo. We were told.
Right.
But you didn't tell them. So Caballero's there being like, you're picking on me. He had every right to be pissed yesterday. He doesn't have every right to be pissed right now. Bro, get over it. Like, seriously. It's not like you did something that amazing.
Right.
Like, now I'm starting to turn on this guy.
I mean, I don't understand what is so wrong with what he's saying here. Get over
Because
it.
he's whining. Like, dude, get over it.
No, he shouldn't get over it.
Why?
He has every right. Baseball invented a rule.
They didn't invent it. Well, they invented a rule and then they fixed a stupid loophole that he tried to take advantage of.
It's not even a loophole. It's just a lack of enforcement.
Yeah, put it in writing. Like there's nothing.
It is in writing, dude.
Is
I just read to you. That was from the rule book. The words I just read to you. This violation. I forgot what they referred to it as. It's been in the rule book.
Deceiving the pitcher.
Yes.
But
it's like a balk.
Okay. But
deceiving the base.
But to me, deceiving the pitcher is very like. I don't know. There's nothing to prove that he's deceiving, and he's waiting to put eye contact.
Bro, the whole thing
Circumvention is what they call it.
The whole thing is stupid, okay? You took advantage of it. You pissed pitchers off. MLB's trying to fix it. Move the hell on.
Yeah.
Go get some hits.
It is an actual rule. They just haven't enforced it.
I just
now
think
they are enforcing it.
In Major League Baseball, with strikeouts up and a million things, and you need offense, having a hitter that actually found this loophole,
What's the loophole?
You should
What
be
is he
promoting
actually
it. Waiting
doing?
to engage with the pitcher.
Yeah, and guess what?
Instead of just using an arbitrary that you can't
Sean.
prove that Caballero is doing the way that's written.
He's violating Section 4.
But you see, even Tiki, what you read there, there's no way to actually prove that that's what he's doing. You know what I'm saying?
It is what he's. Yes, there is.
You can't prove that he's purposely deceiving the pitcher.
No, he is though.
You know what I hate about this?
Because you know
It's
what
like a court of law
you know
thing.
what the rule is, Sean.
I understand
The
that,
pitcher
but
has to make eye contact.
Yes.
it's you see it all the time.
Okay.
And when Caballero gets in the box and he's just like he's intentionally not making eye contact until like 9.5 seconds, and then he gets up there, and then the pitcher gets the violation. Because he doesn't make eye contact, but he's not making eye contact.
But 9.5 is before 9.
Because Caballero is not looking at him.
But if the rule is still 9 seconds and it's 9.5, like did the pitcher has to lock in?
I think it's 8.
Bottom line is this: offense is down. All this stuff, still strikeout or whatever.
Is this giving him an advantage?
I still read that rule. He's not breaking the rule.
It sounds like you're making an excuse for the Yankees' lack of hitting.
No, it sounds to me like Major League Baseball's got a wad up their ass, and they don't realize that a guy is actually making this situation fun and instant.
It's not
good.
fun.
It's good for baseball.
Why? Because
this is good for baseball.
Hold on, Sean. I want you to calm down. And I want you to listen to what you're saying.
Just call me Evan.
Is it good for baseball that pitchers get clock violations?
Yes.
Why? How
because
is that
the game
good for
should be
baseball?
sped up. But it's also good for baseball. A batter could get a violation too.
Hold on. The pitcher is getting a violation without doing anything wrong. He can't engage the batter because the batter's not looking at him.
But he can at 9.5.
He's circumventing the rule. Caballero is. And so the pitcher is getting a violation because he can't help but get the violation. That's not good for baseball.
All right. This feels like
it feels petty and stupid. And I think, as Evan is alluding to, the rule has now been clarified. You know exactly. It's been in the rule book since 2023. You know exactly what it is. You've been told now exactly what it is. Let it go.
Okay. If we're all about adjustments and everything.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Why, when Caballero comes up, can't the pitcher with 11 seconds just be staring at him? It's 2 seconds. You know he has to engage at 9.5.
And by the way, that's what happened. That's what happened.
Right.
The pitcher was staring at him. He wouldn't engage him. So they called the violation on Caballero.
But if it's at 9.5 and he engages, then you can't call that violation. At 9, you can.
What did doing this give the advantage to with Caballero? All it did was piss people off. There was no advantage.
It's getting in a pitcher's head.
Okay, so that's it. That's the only advantage you get.
If a pitcher can brush you off the plate, why can't you get in the pitcher's head back?
Come on, because that's not.
Come on, man.
That's not a pushing of a rule. Like, you can throw the baseball, and if it happens to go up and in, it goes up and in. Equating the two is completely unfair. This bothers me because rules are made and they're not perfect, right? But overall, great system. Like, we all like the pitch clock, right? We all good with it.
I love loopholes with everything.
It annoys me when people find loopholes for no advantage other than just to be a jerk. Like, there's no advantage he's gaining from this other than pissing people off. And we all thought it was funny 3 days ago and it was cute. And now that he's still bitching about it and whining about it, it's now become annoying.
Get that son of a bitch off the field.
For us,
look,
he's going on social media whining about it. Like, he's right. Baseball should have said something to him. The umpires screwed up yesterday and embarrassed themselves. I'm with you. I admit that. Now that we know, can we move on?
I just think
this guy's going to whine about this for the rest of the time?
Look,
get over it.
Baseball is such a mental game that the pitcher always has this mental advantage. A guy found one sliver, and we're ready to take it away from the hitter in a game that needs offense.
And how is that helping him?
Agitating a pitcher and getting his head isn't helping him?
So that's the only system, is to agitate the pitcher.
How many extra base hits has Jose Caballero had?
That's a different story. Yes, I
in the
agree.
last 2 weeks?
Yes, he's struggled.
I'll tell you the answer.
Okay.
1.
All right.
1.
You think Anthony Volpe would be a better shortstop at the plate if he had a little mental advantage on a pitcher?
No, I don't.
Let me ask you this.
He's Anthony Volpe.
If it was such a great loophole he found, how come no one copies him?
Because bitches be bitches.
So everybody in baseball's a bitch.
No,
but
I think
Caballero.
other guys don't feel the need to do it
because it's stupid.
A mental game. No, because it's a mental game and everybody has their approach.
Because they were more worried about getting hits than they are about psyching out the pitcher?
Maybe. I'm sorry. Yeah, listen, I get what Tiki said, whatever. I'm so Team Jose.
You get what Tiki's saying, but you don't have any idea what I'm saying. I get no answer in this. It's just Tiki smart.
I just said,
Evan's a buffoon. Is
Evan,
that
I
where we're
just
at?
told you, baseball's a mental game. Every batter has a different approach. That doesn't mean everybody has to replicate what Caballero's doing, nor should Caballero have to replicate what they're doing. Do what works for you.
It's just the whole thing has become stupid. It's a stupid argument. Everything was stupid. Him bitching about it was stupid. The umpires not informing the Yankees they were going to really enforce it was stupid. And the fact that you're arguing about this when we can't just move on and say, hey, how about you get in the batter's box at 9.5? Instead, you got to release a statement crying?
You're a whiny bitch.
Like, dude, enough.
You know what? You're
Enough
right.
from you, enough from him.
Great.
Play baseball. Perform.
Sorry, Evan. I'll just bend the knee to society and give in the fact that I think it's not BS
I
here.
ripped baseball. They should have told him about it. Now that they've told him about it, can we move on?
Well, clearly he's going to. He just said they made up rules on the fly. But I'm just saying he should be allowed to do that.
But that's a false statement. They didn't make up the rule on the fly. That's disingenuous. I get it.
It's an arbitrary way to write
it. He's a Yankee for a year. I get it. 2 years, whatever. He made that statement up. That is a non-truth. They didn't make up that rule on the fly. It's been there forever. They're just enforcing it, and they told him we're going to enforce it.
Kiss my fat ass!
Well, I feel good at 147.
Why do you feel good? Because you got beat up by me and Tiki?
I didn't get beat up with you. I'm
I mean,
walking,
sounds
I'm
like
walking
it.
away. I think all three of us walk away thinking we're all right here. And
Does it hurt you when Tiki and I team up and beat you up?
We'll
Not
have
at
a
all.
threesome, okay?
In fact, it makes me feel like my balls are bigger that I'll go back after.
Oh, really? Okay.
We'll have a threesome, okay?
Okay.
Tiki, what do we think about that interception versus Denver?
Don't get me started again. I want my blood to be calm when I leave here in 7 minutes.
There's an easy way to get Tiki distracted on something else. You can bring up the Denver Bronco giant collapse, or I could just say, and I'm going to take a call as soon as I say it, aliens are real.
Oh, shut up.
Let's go to Connor in Brooklyn. What's up, Connor?
What's up, Connor?
Kevin and Tiki, what's going on?
All's well, dude.
What's up, man?
All right, so I had one thing I wanted to say, but after listening to your whole conversation, you think the whole Caballero thing is stupid. You don't want to talk about it, but you keep talking about it. So I'll just throw that out there.
It was just it's a one-day story for us.
Anyway, with the Yankees, I'm a big Yankee fan, 30-year-old Yankee fan. I think this is by far the best starting rotation they've ever had going into the playoffs. My question, I guess, is for Evan. With all these trade rumors and picking guys up, is there any chance that you would trade one of these three aces that they have to produce some runs, to get a couple of bats?
No, and I'll tell you why. I mentioned this trade the other day. It still bothers me when the A's and the Red Sox swapped Yoenis Cespedes for John Lester. I never understood it. Like, the A's wanted John Lester, and they took away their cleanup hitter to do it. I do not believe in the middle of a trade deadline or in the middle of a push, taking something away from your team. That's number one. Number two, Gerrit Cole and Max Fried are awesome. Do you really think they have a lot of trade value? Because let me give you a little news flash. This is like the Lindor discussion. When guys make a lot of money and are signed to crazy long contracts,
And both of them are.
and they're on the wrong side of 30, they don't have a lot of trade value. And the reason I bring that up is I read this email on the Rico a few days ago. Someone said, Evan, you're a hypocrite. In one breath, Lindor isn't washed up, but then you also say he doesn't have trade value. Isn't that hypocritical? And I said, no. Let's use Aaron Judge as an extreme example. Let's say the Yankees announce tomorrow, behind the scenes, we're going to trade Aaron Judge. What do you think you're getting for him? Do you think he has a lot of trade value?
I don't know.
He's in his 30s. He's signed for a long time. He's injured. We could throw that in there. And how many teams can afford him?
That's the problem. How many teams could do it?
But that's the same thing in a way with Lindor. Obviously, Lindor is struggling, and there's other aspects of it. But guys who make a lot of money on the wrong side of 30, as great as they are for us, don't have a lot of trade value.
Yeah.
So saying, hey, we got a lot of pitching, let's trade Gerrit Cole for a bat. What do you think you're getting? Like, honestly.
Right.
I'm trying to think of like another big market team that would say, all right, you know what? Screw it. We could.
Right. Gerrit Cole's 35. He's got $36 million for the next 2 years.
Okay, I got it. I just came up with one.
Go
and
ahead.
you guys tell me if you'd make the trade. I think I just came up with one.
I know who you're going to go with. Okay.
You have no idea. Because this is a weird one. Go first. Let's hear it.
Toronto.
Toronto?
Because they want to spend a ton of money, but they're in your division, so it becomes weird.
No, it wasn't Toronto. I was going to do for a bat back. So it's like he just said to get a bat back.
Jeremy Pena?
Christian Yelich. Gerrit Cole to the Brewers for Christian Yelich.
Huh.
No. The answer is no, Tiki.
Definitely not.
I wasn't even
it's just
considering
interesting.
Milwaukee.
I was just kind of thinking about Christian Yelich this season.
Well, Christian Yelich is, let me see how much money he has left on his deal, because that's the real key. It's all about money.
Yeah.
There's mutual options in 20. He signed through 28, and then there's a mutual option in 29.
Well, that's the same.
It's the same. There you go. I just came up with
and it's $13 million cheaper per season.
Really?
Over the next 2 years.
So I just came up with actually the perfect example of this, didn't I? Here's the problem.
I hate it.
Of course you hate it. Christian Yelich is a 700 OPS player. You're not making that trade.
No.
And I didn't even know if Milwaukee would, but maybe they would. Maybe they'd say, hey, we need a pitcher. We could replace Yelich. My point is, I get the idea in theory. In theory, if you have a lot of something that's really good, trade it for something you need.
Yeah.
Like surplus for what you need. It just doesn't work. I think the only time it would work is if a team is hot for Will Warren because he's a controllable, young, cheap starting pitcher, and you get a team who's like, my God, I want my hands on Will Warren.
Right.
Then you could get something like that back. But I also just in general don't love the idea of taking something away from my team at the trade deadline. I'll do that during the offseason all day. Like during the offseason, you're open to any kind of moves on the chessboard. But when you're sitting there in late July, I think it's a huge mistake to take the guts away from your team. And I believe that taking a Gerrit Cole or a Max Fried, whatever example you want to use, that would be taking the guts away from your team. And I don't like it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And one quick cleanup. Craig was saying that was a rumor he saw that was not a report about the Jets in Jersey.
Listen, we just play clips. What do you want from me?
Yeah.
I
Just
can't
clean
hear
it.
everything.
We just heard what he
cleaning up.
said. We don't care about the context.
So we took something out of context?
How about
it's not
that?
like he's never done that. I mean, it's okay. So the Jets are not moving their practice facility?
Yeah,
Is that what we
like
learned?
that. Doesn't look.
All right. Well, there you go. Anyhow, more from Craig and Big Mac. They're coming up in just a few minutes. We will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. for a very exciting Friday program. If you've missed any of today's show, you could rewind it on the free Odyssey app. You could download the Evan and Tiki podcast. You can check out the entire show on YouTube. So a lot of ways to consume. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Goodbye.
And this portion of the program was sponsored by your local